Falcons. Hey yo, batter up, let the ball begin. Solano Falcons, about to show you how you win. Cause this is our year. Man, forget the past. We taking over right now with our pitching staff. When the count's 0-2, every hitter so through. Fastball right by him, they had no clue. It makes a jaw drop, they got no choose. Strike three, you're out, homie, let him know blue. Solano to the plate and you know it's on. He swings for the pitch, it's going, gone. So don't try and step to the Bay Valley champs, cause we're coming for the pennant. This the Valley chant, yeah. We might strike it out, or we might steal, or make a go-go play in center field. Solano baseball, all have tight skill. All stars everywhere, wait for the champions game time.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. We are swooping here into the Falcons' nest at Yarborough Stadium. Alongside me for this broadcast, I am Robert Murray, is Ryan Irwin and Mason Flores. And Mason, we got a good one here between the Solano Falcons and the Napa Valley Storm. As you are talking about this Storm team, what do they got?
Yeah, this Napa team hasn't had the greatest year, but they have had some bright spots. 8 of their 9 wins have come in conference. I know their conference record doesn't look that great, but it is the same as Solano's. And Wyatt Smith, the freshman, has been their most reliable player this year, playing 38 games and having the most RBIs with 23. Looking for this Napa team to attack the pitching of Solano. They know they have to put up runs against the Solano team, so I expect them to come out very aggressive.
Well, thank you for that, Mason. And Ryan, what does Solano got to do to win this final home game of the year for them?
Just do what they've been doing towards the second half of the season, which is great pitching, and obviously their hitting's been really good. But I'm looking forward for Eli Blurton because he's really turned his entire season around. I think in the beginning of the season, he wasn't even in the starting rotation. He was kind of that fireman coming out of the bullpen. But he really showed Stover during the second half of the year that he could be a reliable starter and he could go deep, and not just go deep, but shut down really good offensive teams. And he has 51 strikeouts on the year. His ERA was, I think, above 8 before he really turned his season around. Now it's down to 4.25, so I'm looking for him to have a great start. And also, this is the last home game of the year. And when you look at who's in the lineup today, I mean, it's full of freshmen, and Ramos and Blurton are the only sophomores. So this is obviously going to be a really emotional game for those two, and I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, sophomores' final game here at the Solano Community College at home, and what can we say more? Blurton being a bright spot for them has been quite a treat for us in a down year, what Solano would call. But now for the starting lineup for Napa.
The Napa Valley Storm starting lineup, batting first, shortstop, number 6, Shosei Tatsuno. Batting second, third baseman, number 35, Marcellus Cleva. Batting third, first baseman, number 14, Miles Gray. Batting fourth, center fielder, Wyatt Smith, number 4. Batting fifth, DH, number 7, Connor Ray. Batting sixth, catcher, number 20, Gilbert O'Connor. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 15, Jaden Hunter. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 33, Hibiki Kodama. And finishing it out, number 2, right fielder, Ethan Boatman. And pitching today, number 34, Roy Hernandez.
And now time for your Falcons starting lineup.
Your Falcons starting lineup. Your designated hitter.
Teo Cop, Benicia High School.
At first base.
Bryce Alcantara, Bandon High School.
Playing second base.
Michael Rivera, Vacaville High School.
Playing right field.
Cameron Taylor, Napa High School.
The left fielder.
Rolando Ramos, Pioneer High School.
At shortstop.
Mason Sayre, Willsiewood High School.
Your third baseman.
Tyler Chalk, Vacaville High School.
Catching.
Cane Hill, Vanden High School.
In center field.
Isaiah Pasmino, Winners High School.
Your Falcons starting pitcher.
Eli Blurton, Vacaville High School.
Yeah, and that was your Falcons starting lineup for the final home game of the year. And hopefully a good one here today. Solano and Napa, we would say they're quite equal teams coming in here today. And what's your guys' final thoughts as this is our final broadcast of the year?
I mean, it was awesome getting to do. This was my first year getting to do broadcasting and getting to see how Solano does things. And I had never done this or had the opportunity to be able to do stuff like this prior to going into this program and stuff. And I think it's just awesome. I think Solano has a lot of talent over there. Last year I didn't get to do this, but I did see their stats and stuff, and they have a lot of youngsters, and I think a lot of guys that are going to grow here in this program. I think Solano's baseball team is a great program. So.
Yeah, the Solano team, what more can you say? Great program, and this program here that they give to us, allowing us to learn how to broadcast and be true professionals. Pop's telling us day one when you come into this class, treat it like it's an ESPN internship. Mason Flores, me and you came in the class at the same time.
Yeah,
How has our first year been for you?
I think just the environment has been such a cool thing to be a part of. Like, there's just different environments. We had the high school football with Rodriguez and Vaca High. That was such a different experience compared to baseball when, you know, there's not as big of a crowd, but it's just such a college environment. It's such a smaller environment that you kind of just go day by day. That it's like, oh, yeah, we get this little community together. And, you know, I wasn't on the broadcast as much with the baseball this season, but I was on the behind-the-scenes action with the TriCaster and switching the cameras and stuff. And I think that behind-the-scenes look was a really good experience for me. And I think this for the Solano team going forward, as I've been watching, I think if they just can finish out games and continue to improve on what they have been good at, which is hitting in their offense, then I think we'll have more entertaining baseball looking ahead. So I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, a lot of youngsters on the Solano team. Majority of the lineup today is freshman hitters. You got that few sophomores in there with Ramos and Blurton, like you were saying, Ryan. And I like to see what these youngsters can do next year when they're the elder statesmen of this team. The sophomores, you know, they'll know how to lead. They play with each other for a year, and I can't wait for those expectations to be higher next year.
Yep. Well, and I think like this season was a growing year for this team because you had a lot of guys last year that, you know, were top hitters, but they were all sophomores. They all left. So I think this year was a growing year for this team. You found a lot of stars, a lot of potential future stars this year with a lot of these young guys playing, not just on the offensive side, but on the pitching and defense. We saw a lot of great plays from Manila out in center field, patrolling the outfield. A lot of great action over at third base on that left side of the infield. I think this team, if they're going to go anywhere next year and in the future, it's going to be their defense and their pitching. Their hitting is very good, but their pitching and defense, if it can get even better than it was this year, there's no telling where they can go.
I think they've just been really limited. And if you look at the past few years, it's kind of just like they've been kind of at a still point, as you could say, for the improvement. I think, in my opinion, there hasn't been enough improvement as you see in the last 4 years, because the last time they won the conference was about 10 years ago. And you know the expectations going into the season is we want to win the conference. We want to at least be competitive. And this year, I mean, they're in the games, they were competitive, right? But in the grand scheme of things, they really weren't. And I think you, as a player, you have to take every opportunity so serious. And I think what really was hindering the improvement throughout the season for this Solano team was just the feel of the game and feel up for your teammates. There wasn't enough chemistry, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. Is there just normally the dugout was more energetic than ours. The other teams' dugout was more energetic. And I think as a coach, Stover will have talks about that. I think he'll gather the boys up at the end of the season because we'll have the summer ball. He'll gather them up, bring more energy, play together, because this is one of the biggest team sports of them all. So you just have to see more improvement from the Solano team as a program too, right? Like recruiting and stuff like that. And that's just really what they have to keen on is the talent that they bring in, and if it's the same amount of talent that they've already had. So maybe you just have to find different improvements.
Yeah, maybe find different approaches throughout the offseason, see what's really working for this team. Like we were saying, I think the matter of the fact is that bullpen pitching, when the bullpen comes into this game, sometimes they were really great, sometimes not so much. And the bullpen can really dictate whether you win or lose a game. We see Payne Chekalousky, he could go 6 innings, 3 runs given up, keeping his team in the game, and his offense would go quiet too. Yeah, Payne Chekalousky. It was fun to see him this season. Last year, apparently even better from what we've heard, Mason Flores and Ryan Irwin. But we have that meeting at the plate. You can see the Solano players grouping up. And I got to say, you got to play your heart out here today if you're a Solano Falcon. You don't want to lose your final home game if you're a sophomore.
Yeah, you got to show out. I mean, you know this has been a disappointing season, and you know that you had a chance. Like the last broadcast we did, they had a chance of increasing their odds of going to the playoffs, and they just blew it at the end. They were up 9-4, and then things kind of just spiraled out of control because of the hitting that we saw from Marin. And like you said, Robert, the late pitching was really a problem from kind of start to finish. They had a better performance in the middle of the season where we saw a couple of wins strung along, but then they just couldn't get it all together at one time. And today, I want to see them at their best potential. I want to see them hit their best. I want to see them pitch their best and pitch the full game. Everybody play together. Look like you're having fun. Play the game you love.
All right, well, we'll take a little bit of a pause here from us talking as the national anthem will start. Beautiful national anthem is over, and we got Eli Blurren on the mound for this final home game of the year and our final broadcast of the year. It's been a lovely season, and Eli, he's been gaining some traction here of late, hasn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, he's been great. Like I said, he really turned around his season, and it did not start out well for him. He was, again, not even in the starting rotation to begin the season, and he really had to prove himself, and he's one of the harder throwers on this team, and it just sucks that, he isn't going to be here next year.
As you can see, our defensive lineup on the screen from left to right is Ramos in left, Pazmino in center, and Taylor in right. Chalk will play third, Sayre at that shortstop position, Rivera playing second, Alcantara's the first baseman, and your battery today will be Kane Hill and Eli Blurren. That's not Tyler Chalk on the mound, ladies and gentlemen.
I think with this team is just we had so many bright spots of just offensive sprees. Like they had energetic games, and we got to see so much. We had fans talking a lot, and we just had a lot of scenes that we got to see this season. And even if it wasn't that great of a Solano baseball standpoint season, it was a great season for us because of how much we got to enjoy just being out here. I think the experience has been really well. Like the music is a big part of it. Like we just get to vibe out. And I think Solano makes it very enjoyable. And then all they need to do, you got to get more. The way you get more fans into the ball games is by winning more games. And once you bring yourself back to the top, we'll see a lot more entertaining baseball here.
Yeah, hopefully a lot more entertaining baseball here to come next season. But right now we'll focus on this game as Eli Blurton on this beautiful day in Fairfield, California, 62 degrees. Feels like 55. First pitch.
Good baseball weather,
just
though.
a moment. Perfect baseball weather.
Stover's back.
As Coach Stover finally has made his way to the dugout here. And the first pitch swung on and missed for a strike at 2:06 this Thursday, April 24th. And that's what you like to see from Eli Blurton, starting off getting ahead. His next pitch misses just low. Count will be 1-1.
This is a big game for Blurton, and like we were saying, he's a sophomore, so obviously pretty emotional day for him. And as good as he's been the second half of the season, I look to see just as good things.
As this pitch is grounded to the right side, the second baseman cannot make the play. That is Michael Rivera. Just took a bad hop on him, got a glove on it, kept it in front of him, just couldn't make the throw.
It's just those small things throughout the season that have really just kind of hindered this Solano team from gaining traction, is that those small things can turn into big things, and things like that just shouldn't happen. Even if it's unluckiness, you just have to make the play. So
Tyler Chalk is playing in on the grass, expecting bunt. It is shown here as the ball gets away from Kane Hill. Easy steal of second from the leadoff batsman, Shosi
just
Tatsunu.
these small mistakes again.
As Marcellus Cleva playing that third base position, batting second here. Show bunt, but now Chalk back more on the lip. He was further in on the grass. Might still be expecting bunt with the corners in. Alcantara creeping. Bunt is shown. It's laid down. Blurton coming in. Bobbles it. Everyone's safe.
He came in too hard on it. He should have let it bounce. He had time. He would have had time to get Cleavis at first.
2 minutes in, and we just have 3 mistakes. It's just, wow.
As the 3-hole hitter, Miles Gray, will come up to bat here, and he's got a good opportunity to give this Napa team an early lead. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
You just have to come out with more energy if you're Solano. I just don't feel the energy right now.
Pickoff attempt to first, not in time. As Cleva's back in with a little bit of a slide, got some dirt on him today. But Miles Gray, tall young man, looking to do some damage here.
I expect Blurton to...
This pitch is grounded to Blurton.
There we
To
go.
second, Sayre barely makes the grab on the first. In time, it will be a double play. What an effort there from Sayre as a run does score on the play. It is 1-0 Napa, but you'll take 2 outs for the run scoring right there.
Yep, and that could have been really bad. That almost went into center field.
Yeah, that throw was questionable.
I don't even know how Sayre kept his foot on the bag.
Yeah, that was just heroics again from Sayre.
So, bases are empty now. 2 outs have been recorded. Blurton's pitch to the batsman, the cleanup hitter, Wyatt Smith.
They're just seeing the ball well already. I mean, we've seen solid contact already, but I think all of the balls that have been hit in play could have and should have been outs.
The next pitch misses.
And we saw it with
2-0.
the double play. We saw how much effort we've seen. And it's really just about effort and caring. Just got to make it seem, just put in all your effort today.
Swing and a miss, count will be 2-1. And you got to like Eli Blurton not giving up on himself.
no.
He made the next play on the grounder that came right back to him on back-to-back plays. Messed up the first one, but made sure that second one was a good fielding.
Well,
That one is off the hand of Wyatt Smith.
I always say this, like, especially as a really good pitcher, first inning blunders are always going to be a thing, no matter who you are. And, even pro pitchers, it's going to happen. The first inning, you're trying to find your rhythm. You're trying to find control. You're trying to work. You're trying to find out which pitches work, which pitches don't, and then you kind of get into that rhythm. And then the really good pitchers are the ones that just stay consistent.
This one is popped up. Michael Rivera going out on gives way to Taylor. And that will do it here in the top of the first inning. Bottom of the first for your Solano Falcons coming up.
I'm Tyler Chalk. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. Top of the first inning, a run was given up, but Eli Byrne overall did pretty well after giving up that run. Got a double play turned by him.
Yeah, limited the damage right there.
But we're here in the bottom of the first, as it is Mateo Kopp leading things off here. Playing DH today, not really on the field. Just got to think about all of his at-bats today. That's the tough thing about being a designated hitter.
Yeah, but also, too, you kind of take a lot of pressure off of you as a player because all you got to worry about is just hitting. You don't really got to worry about going out there on the field and playing defense.
Because you also, flip it around and give yourself more pressure.
Count is 2-0.
Because it's not like you can make up for it on the defensive end if you have 2 strikeouts on the day, you know? So I guess that's why you put some of your best hitters as a DH.
Well, Roy Hernandez finally got his first strike of the afternoon, in there as Mateo Kopp grounds this one to short on the first in time. Play was made by Tatsuno, My apologies on the butcher of the pronunciation. As now we have Bryce Alcantara hitting in the 2-hole here today.
Yeah, we were talking about, these freshmen and these guys that are going to be they're going to be staying with Solano obviously next year and stuff. Bryce Alcantara, I think, is a main target for me as far as someone I think is going to grow into a star player. 34 games played this year, 293 batting average. He has no home runs but 13 RBIs, and he's just an on-base machine. And he also is really good. You can kind of plug him in anywhere in the lineup, which is also a really good thing to have as a coach because it doesn't seem like he could bat in the 2-hole like he is today. He could bat 4, 6. You could put him anywhere, and he just gets on base. He drives and runs, which having someone like that.
This one is lined to the shortstop, Tatsuno.
I mean, even there, he's hitting the ball hard, and it's that's just unlucky that's going to happen, but that's definitely someone that I look forward to watching next year and grow in his career with Solano.
Yeah, it seems like he also gives the pitcher trouble every time. He's battling and puts up fights. He hits it hard like we just saw right there, but he just needs it. He will need to take that next step in order because he'll have to be a big part of this Solano team's success next season. And he also plays first base well.
Yeah.
So I just expect huge leaps from him next season.
Yeah, Bryce, he's one of those good hitters that will be around next year for the Solano team. But now we focus on the three-hole hitter. He's been commonly in this spot towards the end of the year, Michael Rivera. Does lead this team in errors, but I think that's more because of the wide range he has, of how good of a fielder he is.
Yeah, he just has such a huge role for this team. He has to basically do everything for them. And, you know, you're going to lead your team in good stats and bad stats, and that's just kind of how the game rolls.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll
As
wanna
this one's
limit
grounded
those.
up the middle, the shortstop, Tatsuno, over to first in time. He's made all three plays this inning, as that will do it here in the bottom of the first, top of the second, coming underway.
I'm Mason Sayre. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
And welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. Solano couldn't get anything going in that first inning as they made all the outs to the shortstop, Tatsuno.
Yeah, just some hard contact in that inning, but just, you know, that's baseball. You're going to get unlucky sometimes.
As we have number 7, Jaden Hunter. Or, excuse me, not Jaden Hunter, Connor Ray. Misread the lineup. Connor Ray, the designated hitter today. Like we were saying, DH is tough, but also a good way to get off your feet.
You just have to make your impact be felt as a DH because of how limited your role is.
Shows how good of a hitter you are if you're in that DH spot. You got to be a trusted man in that role because you got to come through. You have such rare chances to help your team win a game. As this pitch is lined into right field, and it was a sliding grab by Taylor. One down.
One of the best right fielders I've ever seen in this league, that's for sure. The things that he's done this year, both with the arm and just defensively, he's just been a lock over there in right field.
Yeah, he's given us like, I think, maybe 2 of our biggest highlights from this Solano season with a big throw out at third and crazy catches like that.
Yeah. And he does it with the bat, too. And, I mean, to have a really good right fielder like that, he's one of the best.
Yeah, one of the better arms in the Bay Valley Conference for sure. You could say that. We've seen a few throws home that were pretty good. As number 20, Gilbert O'Connor is up. He is the catcher here today. And you could hear his teammates in the dugout call him Gilly. I feel like that's pretty common, hearing the name Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
This pitch is lined into right center field, and Cameron Taylor making chase, but it won't drop in for a hit. He does cut it off, though. Will hold Gilbert to a single.
Yeah, that was a really nice cutoff by Taylor out there in right field, because if that gets by, that's a one-out double.
Yeah, it's just solid contact so far for this Napa team.
Yep.
And Blurton, I mean, it's not like the velocity isn't there. It's always going to be there, but the location is probably not where he wants it right now.
As Jaden Hunter, the third baseman here, comes up. with a runner on. And 1 out. Count is now 0-1 after that first pitch is in there for a strike from Blurton.
259 batting average on the year for Hunter. He has no home runs, though, but he has 16 RBIs. Hopefully I did not just jinx that.
No
You can't
such
say
thing as an
hopefully
announcer
you don't
jinx.
jinx it, and it's not gonna be a jinx. You just can't. You can't. You gotta just ignore it.
Well, that
because that's the best way. Because then you just don't acknowledge that it could be a jinx. You
well,
know,
that
it doesn't happen.
That 4.5-hour game that we sat through a few days ago.
Nathaniel
that-
Thomas had quite a game going there. Let me just say that.
Crazy.
Back pick from Kane is not in time. O'Connor's back in safely.
That inning, it just seemed like everything Nathaniel said, it
just
did not
spiraled
end up
out
on
of control.
Well, he would keep saying we're 1 pitch away from getting out of it, and it felt like that Marin team just hit 2 homers back to back.
Yeah, it was crazy.
As this pitch is grounded to shortstop's there, he'll only have 1 play, and that'll be the first. Alcantara makes the grab, 1 or 2 down in the top of the second inning.
Sayer's also been a bright spot for the season. I feel like he's made a couple outstanding plays this year, and he's just been really consistent at that shortstop role, but some games he just hasn't been able to play.
Yeah, he's missed a few games with injury this year, but playing the final game here today at that shortstop position. Blurton gets his sign from Hill. He'll come home. Foul back from number 33, Hibiki Kodama. We'll see if Kodama can drive in O'Connor, give his team a 2-0 lead here. The 0-1 from Blurton. High, ball 1.
He looks like he's still trying to get a feel of things, which, I mean, like I was saying earlier, sometimes it takes pitchers the first, 2, maybe even 3 innings to kind of get, in control of their pitches, get a feel of what's working, what's not. And right now it looks like he's leaving that breaking ball just a little high.
Yeah, another breaking ball misses right there. The count will be 2-1. 2 gone here, a runner on second. Here in the second inning.
When Blurton can mix and match his fastball with that slider and that curveball, it's all working for him, he's basically untouchable out there.
As that pitch misses away, the count will be 3-1. Good hitters count here for Kodama. Got to find your 1 pitch, 1 spot. Trying to double that lead here for this Napa Valley Storm. Blurton comes set, looks the runner. He'll come home. This pitch is lined to the second baseman, Michael Rivera, and he makes a spectacular diving grab. That will end the top of the second inning here on the Solano College Sports Network. Bottom of the inning coming up.
I'm Cooper Dwyer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
My name is Rolando Ramos. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Rusty Mays. I'm one of the instructors here at the Solano Community College Aeronautics program here at the Nut Tree Airport. Here at Solano Community College, we really see them thrive and learn. We have a 100% pass rate with our examiner.
I'm Kevin Spolstra, instructor, Solano Community College Aeronautics. At Solano.
Welcome back here to the Solano College Sports Network. Cameron Taylor will lead off this inning, and we've highlighted him here on the Solano team because he's their top power hitter and one of the better right fielders we've seen in this league. as he awaits his first pitch from Hernandez. He'll be in there for a strike. Count will be 0-1. As Mason Flores seems a little tired here today.
Yeah. I think it's the weather changing. I mean, if you guys live, if people who are watching, if you live in California, you know how crazy the weather's been the last month. It's been on and off.
This one is grounded to the left side. It will be foul.
You can go from being really hot to just really cold to raining back to hot, all in a matter of a week.
Well, it went from 80 degrees about 2 days ago to now we're in
60s,
60-degree weather. It feels like 55, but
yeah, we got to pick one.
We manage. That pitch misses inside. The ball and a strike. 2 strikes, excuse me. Taylor lets out that deep breath, pats the chest, and there's that little bat waggle, as you just saw there. Hernandez awaiting his sign, shakes the head yes. Comes set, the kick, the pitch, misses in the dirt. Count will be 2-2.
Good battle so far.
Yeah, Cameron Taylor, he usually puts up good at-bats. He lets the umpire know if the strike zone's a little wrong. He's not afraid to talk back there.
You got to have someone like that on the team. I feel like Solano has a decent amount of those.
They got a lot of guys up and down this lineup.
That one's fouled away. We'll do it again, 2-2.
That are have really good eyes at the plate. They don't really chase out of the zone, which is one thing that I'm looking forward to next season with them, because a lot of the young guys, they have played like vets this season. A lot of them just their plate discipline and.
That pitch is in there, strike 3. Taylor caught looking at the slider away.
Then you get nasty breaking balls like that just buckle your knees and freeze you at the plate.
Yeah, I feel like we've just, as we're talking, giving Solano comments and just like compliments and stuff like that, we just, the worst happens every time. It's just, we might as well just not say anything at this point. We just let's just let Robert talk the whole time, right?
Enjoy the ball game, folks. We are going on mute.
Ramos' first pitch swinging will have a little jam shot to second. It will be caught by Kodoma.
Just bad luck, man.
And just like that, 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Solano's got to put up better at-bats right now.
It's like a reality TV show where like the worst happens when we're talking about the positives of this team. We just said that, and it's true what you were saying, Ryan, is their vision has been really good this year, but we just see a strikeout looking and just crazy.
As a man we haven't seen the past few games, Mason Sayer makes his way in.
I think that's his 3rd walk-up song of the year.
Hey, you got to change it up a little bit, you know? When things aren't working, you might want to change it up.
No, I think, yeah. He started off the strong really. I mean, he started off the year really strong.
As this pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Great sliding play. It is in time. Wow, what a play from Tatsuno. What can you say? Just luck is not on Solano's side here in the bottom of the second. Top of the 3rd coming up.
Hi, my name is Javi Manila. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my 3rd year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's JJ Dane. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
But Dad, I love him. I'm going to marry him. I don't care what you say.
Cut. Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you'll learn all aspects of television production. Work with high-end cameras in the field and in the studio. Professional sound, lighting, and green screen.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network. Top of the third coming up as we have number 2, Ethan Boatman. He is the right fielder for this Storm team. Freshman 5'8", 140 from El Dorado High School.
He has a lot of speed on him.
Yeah.
Cannot let him get on base.
That pitch came right back at me. Ready to grab it with my reflexes.
Yeah, I think the karma today is just bad out here. It's just like, maybe it's us. Maybe it's just us. It's the negative energy we got right now.
I beg to differ. It's just baseball and how it goes sometimes, you know?
Baseball got some, you think they do witchcraft to be good?
No, I think you just have a lot of superstitions that you might consider witchcraft.
Yeah.
The baseball gods got something against Mason today.
The 2-0 misses 3-0 now. As Boatman works himself a favorable count. Does he have the green light here?
No.
No? Ooh. That pitch misses him. Ball 4. Nearly clipped him. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. And it's a leadoff walk here to start the inning for the Storm.
I would imagine that unless Blurton gets into a really bad, place with, his location, his control and stuff, they're probably going to, his leash is going to be pretty long today, I'd imagine, because it's the last game. And
he's played well.
Yeah. He's proven that, obviously if he had one more year here, he probably would be, their second guy. I know Chekaluski is the ace of this team, but sometimes Blurton pitches like an ace. And
and they were neck and neck basically all year, so.
Yeah, they had similar stats coming into this game. Obviously, Eli Blurton less starts, but what can you say? A top 2 like this, as the bunt is laid down foul, it will go to Alcantara.
I got there quick.
As we are back to the top of the order with Shosei Tatsuno. And Tatsuno, he's been making some good plays at shortstop here today. He's had a lot of chances. Wearing that pink here as the accent colors. And it's very bright.
He's been playing out of his mind so far. Just made every play that he's needed to.
Yeah, he's looking good over there at that 6 hole. As the corners are still in, well, it's mainly chalk on the grass. Kane Hill will look the runner back. Count is now 1-1.
I've liked what we've seen out of Solano's catching position this year.
Yeah, J.J. Dane, that sophomore that will be leaving, and it looks like it's going to be Kane Hill's job to lose next season. As this one's lined into center field, going back is Pazmino. He'll make the play. 1 down here. Great way to track that ball out there in center field by Pazmino.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like, that first inning where the defense was kind of shaky, they've made some really nice plays in the outfield and on the infield since then. So, obviously, again, like I've always said with the game of baseball, if you're doing the little things right, you're going to probably put yourself in a good position to win a ball game.
And they just didn't do the little things right in the first inning, and they've cleaned it up. So,
first pitch in there for a strike to Cleva. He laid down a bunt in that first inning. And everyone was safe on that.
Yeah.
Eli Blurton couldn't get a grip on the ball and made the play next time around.
It was 2 errors that Solano had in a pass ball within the first 2 minutes.
This pitch is grounded to the right side. We'll get by Michael Rivera into right field. No one's going to run on that arm in right field, being Cameron Taylor. Strong throw to Sayer. And just like that, we got 2 runners on, 1 out here for the Storm.
I think that Solano just started off slow on defensive end and not really fully warm, and that's why they were making their mistakes. It was just little things that you did wrong and like little routine plays that you need to make and should make, and then you have the double play by Blurton. So I think that's what really has carried them on with this defensive momentum.
First pitch misses down. It'll be ball one. I was going to say Blern's got to trust his defense, obviously turning that double play, but he trusted himself.
Yeah.
He made the play.
Well, he's a big strikeout guy, too, is what I've noticed this season. And at first, when he wasn't doing so hot coming out of the bullpen, he was drawing a lot of walks and he was drawing a lot of contact.
This one's fouled away. Count will be 1-1.
He's drawn a lot of contact in this game today, but overall, the last 5-6 starts from him, he's been a big strikeout guy. I mean, 51 strikeouts on the season for him coming into today. So I think that's more than Chekaluski. I would have to check the stats to confirm that, but I think he's one of their top strikeout pitchers for sure in this rotation.
Yeah, we're professional over here. We got we got hypotheticals. He could be completely wrong, but he could also be right, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta love the hypothetical you're putting out there, Ryan Irwin, but Eli Blern didn't get the call on that last one. Kane Hill tried to frame it. Count will be 2-1. Next pitch, misses in the dirt, gets by Hill. Everyone will move up a base.
Yeah, you can't frame that one.
And that's been a little bit of an issue here with Kane Hill this season. He kind of allows these pass balls to get by him, hits the glove, and just can't hold on to it.
That's something that he'll really have to work on in the offseason, and that's just time on your own and just
just learning
catch the ball.
Learning the movement of pitches is for sure a
Yeah.
harder thing as you get higher up in these levels. That pitch is by number 14, Miles Gray.
So
that was cheap.
He took a big swing on that one.
I did check the stats. Chekaluski is beating Blurton currently by 8 strikeouts. So,
yeah,
59 strikeouts to 51. Happens.
That's why we check.
Yeah. No, that's exactly why you check stats.
That's the full count.
No false reports here at the Solano Broadcast Sports Network.
I don't know.
The 3-2 pitch missed to Gray, and he will be on first. The bases are now loaded here.
We try to be slightly professional around here.
For the cleanup hitter, Wyatt Smith, you're saying this is the best hitter for this team?
No John Heyman's in this booth.
Yeah, this is their guy. This is their freshman, their star. He just needs to slow down on his strikeouts next season, but yeah, this is their guy they look to develop.
The 0-1 hits him. A run will come in and score as Eli Blern kind of losing this command here. Never really had it at the start of this game.
And that curveball's looked good in this inning, but then there's been times where it hasn't looked good. And as you can see right there, just no break. It just stays flat right out there, and that's how it hit him. So,
yeah, just Eli Blern got to get a little bit more of a grip on his pitches here in this inning as Kano went out to go and talk to him. You can see him jogging back behind the plate now. And hopefully that little bit of a break can help Eli Blern lock in a little bit more here and execute a pitch. The wind, the kick in there. Strike one at the knees.
That was a nice pitch right there, just getting the location right.
And that's right where he wants to stay with that fastball, knee high or lower. You don't want to elevate it because if they're sitting on it, it's going to get hit hard.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Bases are loaded. It is Cleva on third, Gray on second, Smith on first. And the batter is Connor Ray.
Yep.
In there, strike three. A little bit of a delayed call by the umpire, but it went Eli Blurton's way. 2 down here in the third inning.
That was close.
Well, Kane Hill, he was set up away, but then caught it more on his left side, which would be pretty much the middle of the plate, just whether if it was high enough in the strike zone.
And that was a rarity. He threw that, I don't know if it's a two-seam fastball or if it's a sinker, but it had nasty movement coming back to the outside corner.
And it's a 6-2. Gilbert O'Connor will come up for a second at-bat. Second opportunity with the bases loaded here in this inning for this Storm team. Let's see if they can capitalize or if Eli Blurton can get out of the jam.
Blurton getting out would be huge for this team.
That looked like that fastball was right there on the outside corner. It wasn't called a strike. I think if you're Solano, you have every right to be mad about that because you're stealing basically stealing strikes from Eli Blurton, and he's in a really sticky situation right now. So
count is now 1-1 after
Blurton just
called strike.
Don't worry about it right now. Just pitch your way in.
This pitch is grounded foul.
Now
1-2.
Pitch away.
That word just gave me PTSD, and it's not the good kind.
Yeah.
Here we go.
One pitch away.
Yep.
Well,
line
one
here.
pitch away. Blurton's pitch just misses. It looked to be right in the zone, but 2-2 is the count now.
Now you're one pitch away.
Again, just right on the outside corner, and that's been called a strike today so far, and now all of a sudden it's not.
Just got to stay consistent.
This pitch is grounded to the right side. Rivera will make the play. That will do it here in the top of the third. Blurton gets out of the jam. Bottom of the third coming up.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's JJ Dane. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
But Dad, I love him. I'm going to marry him. I don't care what you say.
Cut. Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you'll learn all aspects of television production. Work with high-end cameras in the field and in the studio. Professional sound, lighting, and green screen. And let's not forget editing. Enroll today. Get an art school education at a fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.
Welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network. A little bit of a tough inning for Eli Blurton there. Bases loaded. Only gave up one run, though, so if you're Solano, you got to capitalize here in the bottom of the inning, get some action on the bases here.
Yeah, you limited damage there. If you're Blurton, then keep your confidence high. This is the last game of the season. The only thing you can lose is your job. And he's a sophomore, so you just got to pitch your way out of it. It's not like it's going to cost your season or anything like that. The stakes aren't high, so you just play out, go out there, have fun, play, give yourself a bigger name, because I'm sure this guy wants to get recruited somewhere, and just keep playing your way in there.
As Tyler Chalk is going to come up here, as we can see Hernandez awaiting Chalk to get into the box. Tyler Chalk, we'll see him next year as well.
This offense needs to get going. And getting down in the count early is not how you get it going.
Yeah, Tyler Chalk, the 6'1", 165 freshman from Vacaville High School.
Two-way player.
Yeah, we saw him on the mound last broadcast. This pitch is in the dirt 1-1. His pitching stats could be better, could be worse, but overall just an innings eater for this team.
And 58.2 innings pitched. A 5 ERA, so obviously not the greatest ERA, but being an innings eater, especially if you're a two-way player, is always fun to have on your team.
As the next pitch is in there for a strike, count will be 1-2. Tyler Chalk was leading this team in average for quite a while. In the middle parts of the season, that average has cooled off quite a bit, as he was in the 400s. As this pitch is grounded up the middle, second baseman will make the play. Kodama to the first baseman, Gray, and good stretch over there by Gray, just beating the runner Chalk by a step.
I was going to say, Tyler Chalk, 362 batting average overall now. He has cooled off, obviously. I think he was hitting around 450 at one point. In the conference, he has a 279 batting average, which that's still high. So he's looked very good both on the mound and at the plate.
And here's the backup catcher, Kane Hill. We're saying this will most likely be the starting catcher next year for Solano, with J.J. Dane going on to bigger and better places after this.
Bigger and better places? Do you know where he's going?
I'm just saying that.
I'm just kidding. That's something we got to ask him, That's something that we could ask him in his exit interview if he wants one.
as this pitch is grounded up the middle, and it will be a hit for Kane Hill. That's what you like to see if you're Solano, get some action on the bases.
That's really what they needed right there, is just something to spark their offense. So
You hear J.J. Dane getting hype in the dugout for his boy Kane Hill right there.
Got one out right now.
As Isaiah Pazmino, the center fielder today from Winters High School. Winters not too far from Fairfield, just a little bit of a drive. This pickoff attempt not in time. Pazmino hasn't really got a lot of playing time this year, but expect that next season as he lays down a bunt. The pitcher Hernandez will make the throw over to first in time. Does move the runner Hill down to second.
Good hustle right there. That was a decent bunt, too. That was awkward bounce.
Yeah, Pazmino trying to use that speed, but they'll flip around to the top of the order here. Mateo Kopp, the DH, sports the number 21. Can't go wrong there. I feel like it's hard to go wrong with the number in sports.
No, there's plenty of numbers that you don't want to go with.
What number?
Like 58.
58? You think that's just a bad number?
Yeah, I mean, linebacker, that'd be cool, but, like, I don't know. It just depends on the sport you're playing and what position.
As the pickoff attempt with no one there covering second base, so Kane Hill just
Like, you wouldn't think of 77, like, as a good number, but Luka is just Luka, you know? But with baseball, it's like, I feel like you could really be, like, any number, I guess.
Well, you hear they got Luka, Don, Arias, and then LeBron.
Yeah.
Real big three.
The double zeros, I feel like, goes cool on an NBA jersey. I don't know how it would look on a baseball jersey, though.
I don't think
double
it looks
zeros would be decent.
Yeah, I don't
on,
think it
on
looks
baseball.
too
It depends
great,
on the
actually.
on the last name, though. I feel like last name, that's really what you gotta like notice, is that if you have a long last name, you probably want a big number, you know, like a double-digit number. But if you have like a short last name, let me get a single digit, you know.
That one was fouled away by Kopp. The count will now be 1-1. Bryce Alcantara waiting patiently on deck to hopefully do some damage here in this inning.
You know, I'm a big guy, so like in high school and like middle school, they like the numbers were like by size, so I would always have like the 30s and stuff like that. Except for middle school, I had 24 for basketball.
As that pitch misses low, count will be 2-1. Solano starting to put together a little bit better at bats here in this inning, as we saw Kane Hill line a single up the middle and Mateo Kopp working patiently here.
And they've hit decently well with 2 outs. So
Well, Mateo Kopp, he's got some pop.
Is that
Play
pitch
on words
misses?
there.
3-1, Kopp and Pop.
1 homer on the year, so.
You just can't say that you had to play on words when you said it. You just got to let it be.
You do have to let it be.
Then you ruin it. You got to let someone else say it. Because I was going to say it, but now I'm not going to say anything.
As a pickoff attempt to second, almost hit Kane Hill right in the face. And these pickoff attempts at second base have been kind of awkward to say.
Yeah, questionable.
Not on the same page as the shortstop Tatsuno and the pitcher Hernandez. But his pitch, as Kopp lines this one into right field, it'll stay fair. Kane Hill rounding third on his way home. He will score standing up, and the score will be 2-1. Napa with the lead, but Solano cutting that lead in half.
Just clutch hitting right there. Got the bat to the ball. Got solid contact right over the first baseman. Perfect.
Yeah, not really hit particularly hard, just hitting the right spot, and you'll take it any way you can, right?
Yeah, a little flare down the line. No one cares.
Yeah.
Bryce Alcantara, first pitch to him, misses away. Count is now 1-0. As Mason's praying the Bears get Ashton Genty in this draft. The pickoff attempt is not in time. Mateo Kopp's back in easy. NFL draft starts tonight. You pretty excited for that, Mason?
I'm excited for sports, man. I just love sports. We just have this is a great month of sports.
Pickoff attempt.
Hey, you're
not in time once again.
Cubs are doing really good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I think I'd trade a month of good Cubs baseball for a month of Solano good baseball, you know?
Would you really?
Yeah. Because I'm not like a big baseball guy, so it's like I want to see this team do well.
That's fair. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Count is now 1-1.
And the Cubs are gonna Cub, so like they're gonna have a cold month, and they're gonna lose like 12 games.
That's like saying the Mets are gonna Met.
Yeah.
That's where I usually hear that. Third pickoff attempt over to first base, not in time.
Speaking of the Mets being in that division, I mean, I know they have 18 wins, I think, on the
they're
season.
they're number 1 in the NL right now.
But we'll keep our focus here on the Solano College Sports Network. Proud the Cubs are doing good, but Bryce Alcantara, next pitch to him is 2-1.
And I think with this Solano team, they need to continue to hit with 2 outs. Now you're up on the count again. I need a hit right here.
Yeah, you get those runners on, and the key is 2-out
Can't
hitting
leave them
is
on.
some of the most productive hitting in baseball. As this pitch is lined down the left field line, will get out of play.
Once you get a feel for it, and Bryce had a good feel for it in his first at bat. It was just lined out to short, so I think he's got a good feel for the ball, and he's got power too. So I expect him to continue to not strike out.
So that pitch is in there, strike 3 called. Bryce Alcantara knew it. Solano does score 1. They cut the lead in half. Top of the 4th coming up.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Lewis. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Brian Preciato. I'm a retired fire chief from the City of Vacaville Fire Department, and I had the opportunity to become the fire technology director here for Solano Community College. Solano Community College offers a tremendous fire academy and a fire technology program. We offer core courses taught throughout the year. These core classes hopefully lead the students toward an AA degree in fire science. Once they've gotten the Firefighter Academy, through that academy, they gain a Firefighter 1 certificate, which is very important toward reaching their goal as a firefighter. We have a partnership with Winters Fire Department. Winters provides for us a vast amount of equipment and personnel as well as instructors.
We are able to really lead a top-notch fire academy program where we have great instructors throughout the region.
I chose Solano Community College for the instructors. I was never a cars or like in the engine type person, but since I've been here, I've gotten really comfortable with that. So just know that there's always something to learn in the fire service.
If you're looking to get into the fire service, the Solano Community College is a great opportunity. It's going to provide you the foundation and the skills needed to become a professional firefighter.
Welcome back here to the Solano College Sports Network as Solano did cut that lead in half. The score is 2-1. The scoreboard is wrong here at Yarborough Stadium. We'd like to welcome in Drew Kirby into the booth for his final broadcast of the year.
Yes, sir. Final one of
And
my
his
Solano College career.
I was gonna say your
Wow.
Solano College career.
Man. Don't make me tear up right now, bro.
Well, let's get into that a little bit with your first inning here in the booth, as the first pitch in there is a strike. But how have you enjoyed your career here at Solano? What do you have to say about it?
I mean, really, I'm blessed that the opportunity that I've been given, the fact that we have this class given to us at a Solano College level, as that ball goes almost flying to your face, Robert.
Again.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that we're out here with this such expensive equipment, all these headphones, everybody here, this community that we've built, I mean, it's just a blessing that I've been able to be a part of it.
Yeah.
What is the key moment you remember being in this class? What was it could be the game, it could be a class. Actually, don't say anything about the class. But what was like the key moment in the game, like in any sport?
I think when I really look back at this class, I think it's going to be the final game of the basketball season for both years, actually. I think it was versus Napa the first year. And in the second year, it might have been an even better game. I mean, you were a part of it.
Yeah, that's
just an unbelievable experience, being play-by-play for both those games. My favorite game I've ever broadcasted, for sure.
And then the football, I would say my moment of the year is, I think, the last Rodriguez high school game.
Yeah, that was
for the playoffs. It was
the overtime game.
Yeah, it was probably the craziest comeback like ever in high school, because it was like a 3-score game. As we get a full count here, but it was a 3-score game with like 3 minutes left, and then Rodriguez choked it, and then they won in overtime. It was just off a Philly special. It was just crazy.
As this pitch is grounded to short, Sayer on the backhand will come up throwing to first, and it's not in time. Good pick over there on the backhand by Alcantara, but
he's hyped up over there. That's what I like to see. I like to see that emotion.
yeah, Jaden Hunter
He's
able to beat
proud.
that one out.
He's proud of himself for beating that pitch. I like that. No, I think it was the other team that had the Philly special to tie the game, and
Yeah,
it's just,
Sacramento team, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, that was just
Unbelievable game.
crazy game, and it was without their best.
As the bunt is laid
so.
down, Blurton with another opportunity will come over, make the play. We'll move the runner down to second. Good bunt over there by Kadoma as the bottom of the order, Ethan Boatman.
Yeah,
Let's see what he can do.
Was a good bunt. And really, all things considered, so far early in this game, I think it's been a really good defensive performance from both these teams, really. I mean, we've seen a lot of diving plays, a lot of good hustle plays, a couple double plays early on in this game. Been really impressed by both sides.
Blurton's just been really active right now. He's just been off the mound a lot.
As this one pops out of the glove of Hill, and Hunter will move down to third. Just as we're talking about good defense.
Right through it just bounced off his glove. This is just unbelievable. This might be the worst announcer jinx game ever. I think I've had, me alone, I think I've had a 3. And Drew's already starting off with 1. Oh man.
Eli Blurton's pitch is lined to the second baseman over Rivera's head, and it will go into right field. Taylor will throw it back in, but 1 run will score. And just as Solano got a run back in the bottom of the third, Napa gets it just that easy in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, it's a perfect swing there from Boatman. Just really got the barrel a little early on it. Perfect hit.
Perfect, as you say in MLB The Show.
What can you say as the bottom of the order does their work? Kadoma moved the runner over, sacrificing himself on that bunt, and then Boatman just driving him in.
We've had some good moments in baseball, too. I'm not going to act like it's been all gloomy, but, I think the throw from Taylor out of right field was just unbelievable, and it's just crazy. And even last game, I know Solano lost, but, that was, one of the ones where it was just unpredictable. It was just
and Shosei
crazy.
Tatsumo, or Tatsuno, however it's written. It says Tatsumo on the broadcast, but Tatsuno on the lineup card that Napa gave me, so I'll go with Tatsuno. As the runner will go, throw is not in time from Kane Hill, and that will be a stolen base for Ethan Boatman.
Tatsuno has a lot of talent. I mean, we've seen it so much today.
His glove is amazing over there at shortstop.
And I think he's a contact hitter. He's obviously he's not going to have a lot of power, but just show off that speed and that vision that you can have.
So, Drew, we talked about your favorite moments in the class, but what can you say about our instructor, Greg Poff, and what he's done for you here at this broadcast network?
Man, I'm so grateful that I was able to meet Poff at this time in my life. Just coming out of high school, I knew I wanted to work in the sports media world, anything I could really find, any job.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure exactly if Solano was capable of doing that, but I walk in to my public speaking class, my very first day at junior college. See
This
Poff
one's
there.
grounded up the middle. Rivera on the backhand will make the play over to first. Runner moves down to third is Boatman.
But yeah, once I saw Poff walk in that room, I could just tell, I'm going to have a great year with him. He just was a perfect public speaking teacher for me, really. I was able to learn a lot from him. And I found out that he was also the professor for the sports broadcasting class, so I asked him about that. Was able to get me in the class, and, from there, it's history.
Man, Pop, it's just the energy that he brings, even at his old age. No offense, Pop. It just brings it. He brings it every day. He brings it every day, and it doesn't matter what the mood is, what he's drinking, what everybody else is on. It's just amazing energy every day, and it's kind of
This one is lined into right center field. Taylor going back on it will make the play. We'll finish up that story here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll have a commercial break in between then.
Hi, I'm Peyton Chekaluski, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, Christine Manny, full-time instructor at Solano College Theater. Have you ever been interested in coming into theater? Come over to Solano College and find out what it's all about. You can take classes, You can be involved in many different ways and just come talk with us. Check us out at www.solano.edu/theater.
Hi, Ginger Kane, dance faculty here at Solano Community College. I'm excited about our upcoming AA dance degree that has been developed just recently. We offer dance production, swing, ballroom, hip hop, jazz, modern, and ballet. We also are part of the ADT kinesiology degree, as well as the interdisciplinary studies degree, and for the general ed requirement for physical education. Please join up. It's a great way to meet new people, socialize, and make new friends. You do not have to.
Welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. Cracking it up in between the innings here, but you want to continue your story on how POF has been for your life?
POF has just been a bundle of whatever you want. I mean, it's not even just joy, it's just everything. You get everything from POF. You get professionalism from him. You get just funny moments with him. You get scolded at with him. And that shouldn't like take you away from being in the class. I think even if you don't want to be in the sports media world, you should come take the class because of the experience alone. It's like a real job. And if you want to be in the media,
skied down the left field line, left fielder Hunter giving chase and will make the play. Good piece of contact there from Rivera, just didn't get enough on it.
But POF, but with what I was saying, the technicality part of it is really what you can take away from it. If you don't want to do the sports, like learning how to use a camera, learning how to turn it on, learning how to set it up, and like say you wanted to be an influencer, you need to learn that. You need to learn video editing and stuff like that. So you can learn that all in this class.
Yeah, I think he also just brings a lot of realism into the class, too. Like, he's always going to be real with you, and that's something I've always respected from day one. You're not going to be better unless you tell yourself the truth.
Too.
Exactly.
Well, I think it's just the adaptability POF has of his teaching style.
Yeah.
He knows how to teach different kids in his class. If he knows who to be hard on and who to be easy on. It's not like he's just hard on everyone. No, he has that soft place in his heart still.
And he treats you like an adult. Like a lot of teachers, even like no matter how deep you get into the college or like education realm, they're gonna teach you like you're still in third grade and talk to you like, yeah, don't use your phone, or just talk to me like as an adult. And he always has given you that respect, even if he's older than us. Like, it's just incredible on how adaptable he is.
I know we try not to bring the classroom into these broadcasts, but I remember one moment between you two specifically. We won't talk about what the topic was on, but you two, he was calling out Mason. He's like, "What's so funny?" And then you could just see Drew Kirby standing in the doorway with a little bit of a grin on his face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're always just trying to have a fun time into that class, and I think we do bring that energy day in, day out from every single one of us in the class, so I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I'm always just
class clown over there.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I just like to have a good time. And I feel like the audience can feel that from me right now. I feel like that's what my goal is. I want this to feel like, yeah, you're at the game. You're going to be joking around with your buddies, and you're going to be talking about the game. And that's kind of what I want to bring to a broadcast when I'm doing color commentary, especially if I'm not an expert at the sport like I'm not with baseball. I always want to bring something, so that's why I do. I bring it wherever I go, bring the energy wherever I go.
Taylor went down swinging on strikes, so it will be Rolando Ramos to try to spark something here. He has a 2-0 count. We'll see if he can get on here. Count is now 2-1.
Solid take right there, 2-0, but now 2-1. Looking to be swinging away here if there's something in the zone.
And I believe you were telling us in class last year, count was 3-1 actually. Ramos was the leader in average on this team last year.
Yeah, I believe he was. I think it was around 340 average. It was him and Connor Ross around that area.
So that pitch misses in the dirt. He will take a 2-out walk.
Notice that it was 3-1. I mean, did they just change it?
Yes, they did change it on the scoreboard.
I think even Ramos was confused.
Well, when you look up on that scoreboard and you see a different count than what you have in your head, you get a little thrown off. But Mason Sayre, the 6-foot freshman, weighs 175 pounds from Willseywood High School, played quarterback there for a little bit of time, but his main sport is baseball.
Yeah, he went to a lot of stages of his high school athletic career in multiple seasons.
Sees a first pitch strike from Hernandez.
Especially against Vandy.
Hernandez having a really good outing here. Only one earned run given up so far. The count is now 0-2, and we know Mason Sayre, he has the highest amount of walks on the team by a far margin. I think it was by 9 walks he leads the team.
Wow.
Yeah, 23 walks for Mason Sayre. Pickoff attempt there. Only 18 strikeouts. So, you know, when you have that positive walk to strikeout ratio, you know, you're doing something right.
Yeah, getting on base at a high clip. I believe it is 4.45.
That is correct.
Yeah, and he's played more games than I thought. I mean, it's just
this one is fouled back. Count will remain 0-2.
7 lower than the most on the team, which is Ramos playing the most games, which is 36. And Sayers played 29, so I guess it seems like he's missed more time than I thought, but he just...
That one misses in the dirt. Ramos will move down to second with ease.
Sayers shows up when you need him. He's had I think in our first game where he had a clutch hit that I think tied or take the lead in that game, and I think he has that factor. I think they just next season they will look to be in more of those positions than blowout games and stuff like that, because that experience allows things like the last broadcast we had not to happen.
As this one's lined into right center field, the right fielder with a diving grab out there is Boatman. What more can you say? Rob Sayre of a hit to end the inning here. Bottom of the top of the fifth, excuse me, coming up.
I'm Kai Koizumi, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Solano College Sports Network. As what an amazing play out there by Boatman to Rob Sayre of potentially cutting that lead in half hit right there.
We've had so many plays today. I think it's been great. It's kind of, there isn't an average defensive play out there. It's just been either great play or terrible play. It's been wild.
As the first pitch in there to Gray is a strike. And I want to talk about Holden real quick, Drew. You know him quite well as you've had him for 2 years in this class. One of the good friends you've made along the way. And what can you say about him since he's not going to be, as this pitch is lined in the left field and it is one hopping off the wall. Ramos will rally it out there in left field, and it is a leadoff double here for Gray.
I mean, that's a great hit right there, right on the barrel, got a little under it. Just a couple feet away, that's a home run.
Yeah, he got a hold of that one.
And nothing better really to start off your inning than a leadoff double.
And the wind's blowing out right, so if the wind was kind of the opposite direction, it might have even carried.
Yeah, but speaking of Holden, one of the good friends we've made and
Yeah.
you've made along the years in this class, what can you say about him since he's not going to be here in this final broadcast?
Yeah, I mean, Holden is one of my better friends that I've made really in all of Solano in these 2 years that I've been. And I just remember coming into that class, my very first time, we were both rookies in that same semester. And, I mean, we just got along right off the bat. I mean, we were both Niner fans. I was a Pacer fan. He was a Kings fan, so we were able to talk about, that Halliburton-Sabonis trade. And just being able to talk to somebody about just sports, and then really everybody in that class, too, alongside us. Colin was in that class. Blake was in that class. And, yeah, just being able to just share the same hobbies. I mean, he's just a great guy to be around. And I would say with him as a broadcaster, he's definitely stepped up my game,
Is
too.
laid down to the right side, will go foul. I do have a quote from Holden here as I was chatting with him along the way. He is in San Diego enjoying his trip, but I appreciate him giving me this time to read this. But the quote starts with, "My final thoughts would be sad because it's coming to an end. I enjoyed every second of it, from the joy the people in the class brought me every time we had a game or just normal class. Or to POF, letting us do our own thing while also teaching us the most important tools we need to know for our roles in the class. I've learned so much over the last 2 years, and I'm happy I got to spend it with the people I did. I'm excited for whatever the future holds for my broadcast career, but I'm glad, as this one is grounded short, Sayer will not make the play. I'm excited for whatever the future holds for my broadcast career, but I'm glad it started at Solano with everyone from POF to the broadcasters, the producer, and the camera people."
Well said.
Oh, that was like a poem. Man, that was a nice send off. Holden, you wouldn't say that right now. I know you're not watching right now, probably.
Yes, ChatGPT to come up with that.
Nah, but shout out to Holden, man. He's just one of those guys, like Drew was saying, like you could just talk about anything with. Like, I think that's what's been so special about this class is that it's just such a, like when you come in this class, when I came in this class, I was expecting just like straight jocks, I guess. I don't know, like people who only knew about sports and weren't even like that deep into it. But there's like a wide like margin of diverse people in here. Like some people, like you're not going to talk to them about sports. Like there's some people like our camera crew, some of them, they're not going to talk to you about sports. But if we were talking about like a TV show, you could talk to them about that. And then if you talk about movies or you talk about anything. And that's what's been so cool about basically everybody and Holden is just that the relatability and making you as comfortable as possible. That's really what this class is about, just to have fun. And then he's just made this class really fun for me. So
as the bunt is fouled back, it gets by.
How many pass balls do we have today?
I thought that ball was foul tip.
I thought it was too. But they're not going to call it, which surprises me. Did it hit the catchers?
It might have.
It might
have been the sound of Cannahill's mitt.
I think that's, 4 today, pass balls?
Yeah, but Holden Beers, great name, great person.
Shout out to you, too, Drew. You made this class really enjoyable, too. You made me basically a Pacers fan. Like, it's crazy. I know this isn't baseball, ladies and gentlemen, but this man has single-handedly, and Halliburton, Tyrese Halliburton, former Sacramento King, made me love the Pacers. So I'd like to thank you for that because it's great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not too late to hop on the Pacer bandwagon.
Everybody hop on the Pacer bandwagon. I'm the newest member, I think. That's not my favorite team, obviously, but
if you ever just see a random Pacers fan across your socials, it's probably Drew Kirby
here
here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, the Bay Area, yeah.
As this one is grounded to the right side, first baseman Alcantara, blurring, trying to make a sliding play. And
bit of collision there.
Everyone is safe. What is going on here?
Did they? Both umps called him safe.
I mean, he didn't have the ball, so I mean, how would that be?
Well, they're saying he stayed in the baseline, is what they were saying for the runner here, Connor Ray. But
that wouldn't be a violation because he got in front of him, no?
Well, Eli blurring would have been called for interference, I believe, if he had touched him.
He didn't touch him?
He didn't touch him. Connor Ray jumped around him.
Oh, they're calling
I guess
him out?
they are calling him out
What?
for running outside of the baseline.
Wow. Yeah, you should have just let him slide tackle you.
Yeah, you should just. Well, you don't want to get hurt, but I mean, running into
I'd
Eli
flop. You
Blurton
gotta
would have
flop.
been the thing right there.
Just got to flop.
Well, still brought in a run. 4-1 now.
Yeah. A lot of
it's only an out.
confusion going on as Gilbert O'Connor will be batting here
This
now.
is just like a Looney Tunes game. I don't know. It's just like you just hear a lot of
a lot of yabba dabba doo going on.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. That's what you're hearing right now.
But O'Connor will have a 2-0 count here.
It
Eli
seems like-
Blurton, he's been laboring here in this start. Hasn't been as consistent as we have seen from him lately.
It's
just tough.
It's been a little bit of the command problems, I think, for me, from what I've been able to see. The off-speed curveball, he's gone in the zone a little bit, but just kind of hanging it, leaving it up there.
Yeah, it's
the
a
fastball upstairs.
Fastball misses high. Counts
Just completely
3-0.
missed that.
We'll see if O'Connor has the green light here.
And it's something we really haven't seen from Blurton. I mean, he's been the consistent number 2, maybe even the ace for the Solano team.
Number 2.
As ball 4,
Four-pitch walk.
O'Connor will take his base, and wouldn't be surprised if we see a mound visit soon. As Cahill will go in front of the plate, give the signs to the defense and what's happening. Got to believe anything up the middle is going to be 2. Anything on the ground to the corners, you're coming home. As Jaden Hunter will step in from San Lorenzo, California, the sophomore, 5'11", 170. Blurton's first pitch to Hunter misses high, ball 1.
You got to start getting ahead in the count right now if you're Blurton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blurton.
Can't keep putting the pitch in the same spot and expecting a different call or expecting him to chase.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, Blurton is falling behind, not really getting those first pitch strikes over anymore. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Count will be 1-1.
Just trust your defense. You know you have solid guys out there. So
Yeah, Chalk at third, Sayer at short, Rivera at second. Quite sure-handed, those 3 on the parts of the infield that truly matter. Alcantara, big part of that infield as well.
he's solid. He's just consistent as a first baseman.
Pickoff attempt to first, not in time, as O'Connor could have just laid down basically and got him back to the bag. Not too big of a lead for the 6'2" man out there on first. Eli Blurton will come set. The 1-1 pitch. As the runner was going O'Connor, but it won't matter. It's a hit by pitch.
Yeah, just a little inside there. Missed the zone again, and bases loaded. 1 out.
Yeah, Jaden Hunter will get on base via a hit by pitch. So now it's going to come up with the bases loaded is
Yeah, you got to talk to him.
Kodoma. And then we got a mound visit.
Yeah, this is the second time we've seen the bases loaded today.
Yeah, just Eli Blurton is laboring as we do have activity down there in that bullpen. From the looks of it, looks to be Daniel Rios.
Maybe just a long relief pitcher here.
Yeah,
Still just top of the 5th.
Doesn't look like Rios really gets starts anymore ever since Eli Blurton has been moved into that 3-starter role and Chalk eats innings for them. So Rios might be, like you were saying, Drew, in that pen for long relief now.
I mean, it looks like they're going to keep him in here for this at-bat. I mean, what are you really looking for here out of Blurton? Maybe just something low, maybe low and away, get him chase.
I would
I
say
wouldn't go low. I would attack the zone because of
I was
how
going to say you
predictable
got to
it's been.
attack in on the hands, try to get a little jam shot to the shortstop or second
Turn.
baseman, try to roll 2 here if you can. But Hibiki Kodama will come up with the bases loaded.
You just can't go away from the zone right now.
First pitch swinging. Came up with nothing. Count will be 0-1.
He hasn't been able to make them chase mostly all day, so I think continue with that approach. Like you said, Robert, make him choke up a little bit.
This count is 1-1.
This Napa team doesn't have much power in their lineup.
As the curveball misses over the head of Kodama.
And that's been really most of their struggles and why they haven't been able to string a lot of wins together. Even though they were the same, they had the same conference record as Solano this year, but it was just the power and the just smaller guys on their team rather. But they have a lot of speed, and when you get them on base, you see what's going on right now. It's just hard to stop them. So
yeah,
I think that's what Napa will look to add in this upcoming offseason is some more power.
Yeah, the runners are Smith on third, O'Connor on second, as Kodama was swinging at that pitch. The count is now 2-2, and the runner on first is Hunter. And big crowd here today for the final home game of the year. They need something to cheer about right now.
Yeah, they brought the volleyball players out.
That one comes back towards me. Kane Hill will throw to home, but Eli Blurton not covering as well as he could have there.
Yeah, Kane Hill was able to get to that ball pretty quickly, all things considered. Able to get out of his hands quickly.
Yeah, Kane Hill did everything he could. Eli Blurton, you got to have a little bit better hustle there, covering the plate.
It's just lackluster all day. It seems like this Solano team has just been slow and low effort, at least by the, I don't even want to say the infield, but Blurton seems kind of slow right now.
It was a little sluggish as this one is skied in the air on the left side of the infield. Sayer will call and make the grab.
And I understand that it's hard to keep your energy up when you have allowed so much and like movement to happen on bases and stuff like that, but you just have to keep your head high. You have to, no matter what in sports, you cannot allow yourself to get down. I think Eli kind of gets in his head a little bit, and I think he's got the talent. He clearly has the talent because he's their second guy. I mean, he's not the ace, but he can be. And I think if you have the confidence and say that you're the best and come in and be like, I'm the best, no matter what happens, success will follow you. So I think that's what really he needs to work on is the mentality aspect.
Is flying down the right field line. Taylor giving chase and will make a grab on Boatman, who had that spectacular diving grab earlier. The end of the inning, 2 runs were scored. Bottom of the inning coming up.
Hi, I'm Taylor Kopp. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
When I'm not here, I'm here.
And when I'm not here, I'm here.
Welcome back here to the Solano College Sports Network. 2 runs scored in that last inning, and Eli Blurton, it's been a rough go of it here today for him in this final start for him.
Yeah, you know, it kind of sucks the way it played out, but I think there is still good things that you could get out of this. You know, every single time a pitcher has these type of performances, you could always look back at it and say, okay, what could I do differently this time, next time around?
As Tyler Chalk will step up to the plate here, leading off the bottom of the 5th.
And I don't mean to blast Eli Blurton. I was just commenting on, because we know how talented he is, and he's shown us the whole year how talented he is. It's just about the effort and the mentality that we've seen so far today. It seems lackluster today, and that's just what it's really been. You have to be truthful with yourself. Do you care? Do you play like you care? And if you're not, don't be in the game. You know what I mean? And he clearly cares. He's getting down on himself. So just keep your head high, and then you look to the next one. But there is no next one. So
the count is 1-1. Should be 2-0 to Tyler Chalk, as that low pitch was called a strike at the shins. As Tyler Chalk sends this ball in the left field, and it is high, it is deep, and it is off the middle of the wall. Chalk will have a leadoff double to start this inning, and that's some good action here for Solano.
I thought that was gone for a second.
High ball. Just great hit right there. Again, another double to start off this inning. And that's something we needed to see. You know, the Solano team is just as much to blame of this game, the hitters, as Blurton. Just one run. That's now the third hit in 4 innings now, top of the 5th, or bottom 5th, excuse me. But, you know, it's good to see some hits going for a Solano team. And a leadoff double could start things off.
Yeah, Kane Hill now up to the plate after that leadoff double from Chalk. Pickoff attempt to second. A little bit better of an attempt this time, but still nowhere near picking off Tyler Chalk.
And, you know, this guy at the plate is somebody who I thought has gone a lot better as the season has progressed. Kane Hill is responsible for the 1 run of this game so far, as he is one for one with that run.
Yeah.
He just gets good contact.
I mean, what can you say? Kane Hill did score that lone run that Solano has right now. Can be responsible for another run scoring here. Chalk is on second. Count is 1-1. Hernandez has had a pretty efficient start here today. That pitch misses away. Count is now 2-1.
Yeah, Roy Hernandez, I mean, 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and now that being the 3rd hit of the game for the Falcons. I mean, Roy Hernandez just done a pretty good job at the mound today.
Yeah, he's really took command today.
Yeah, I don't think we have a pitch count today in today's broadcast, but I would assume that Hernandez pitch count is a lot lower than Blurton's.
Yeah, considerably. He's had a lot of clean innings here today.
But a 3-1 count to Kane Hill. I mean, this is a very important pitch.
That pitch is in the dirt. Kane Hill will take a walk. Got 2 runners on here to start the inning. You need to cash in here if you're Solano, and it will be the bottom of the order. Pazmino.
Yeah, this is where you build your momentum right here. And give your pitcher, your guy, some more confidence because of his offense.
Yeah, you know, if Pazmino can find a way to get on base, you're looking at the 7, 8, and 9 hitters all getting on base. And that's great for the start of the lineup to come around, get your best players at the plate, and have them work their magic.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? At the bottom of the order for both teams, have been very productive. Kodoma and Boatman, they've been playing their tails off here today for the Napa Valley Storm. And Solano, they also have a good bottom of the order in Hill and Pazmino. Chalk also hitting 7th, which is surprising. Yeah. But we'll see what Pazmino can do. Haven't seen him really a lot this year. Is showing bunt, though.
Been bunting the game.
As that pitch misses, count will be 1-0. And the first baseman, Gray, is just crashing really hard, seeing if he could get a chance to throw out the runner going to third, which would be Chalk.
Yeah, I mean, he is deep into the grass there.
Yeah, he's halfway in right now.
The batter.
That's risky business if Pazmino wants to decide to take a swing on it and go away from this bunt as Coach Stover looks on.
Either way, I think him showing bunt early on is kind of getting to the head of Hernandez.
Yeah,
3-0 count, the pass ball.
Yeah, the runners will move up on that wild pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, like you said, Drew, is getting in his head. He does not want to give him anything to get contact with.
I mean,
Pazmino's working it.
He could have traded an out for the runners moving up there, but now they move up on the wild pitch because he's thinking too hard about it. The bunt right now.
Now he can swing. Well, I wouldn't swing here, but
3-0. Pazmino takes a strike right down the middle. Count will be 3-1. But
perfect 3-0 pitch.
Probably had the red light there. Wouldn't expect Isaiah Pazmino to come up swinging in a 3-0 count.
I expect him to swing now.
Yeah, 3-1. Get your pitch. This one's grounded up the middle to the shortstop. Over to first in time, but a run will score. Great.
Pasmino did his job.
Pasmino did do his job. He was supposed to bunt, but then the runners moved up, and he just ground out RBI for him right there.
And the Falcons should be very thankful for that pass ball from Hernandez, because if there were still runners on second and first, you're looking at a double play with that hit.
Yeah, gotta.
But just like that, just one out now, 5-2.
Yeah,
again, it's just a 3-run game. It's very doable.
Well, we've seen the
and you
Solano,
have one at 3.
We've seen the Solano offense go off for a lot of runs and a lot of innings throughout the season. Let's see if this could be another one of those big innings for them right here in the final game that we're covering. Mateo Kopp grounds this one up the middle. Kane Hill will score with these. And just like that, it's a 2-run ball game here at Yarborough Stadium. And the dugout's getting hyped now, Mason.
This is what I like. That's exactly what I want. No matter what the score is, get hyped for anything. Get hyped for a good defensive play. Get hyped for a good hit. Get hyped for anything. Get hyped for a strikeout. I don't care. I need more energy from my dugout if I'm the coach. And this Solano team is built on.
This one is skied into center field. Coming on is the center fielder. It will drop. Smith can't make the play. Everyone is safe and will move up a station.
And like I was saying, this Solano team is built on the amount of confidence they have in each other. As we just saw, if they get a hit, the other person is confident they'll get a hit. So if you keep that confidence no matter what, and starting the game off like that, you can be looking at more wins on your season and more wins going forward. So I think that's something that you really have to look at within yourself is the confidence factor. Be confident in yourself.
Great attempt by Smith out there in center field, but just came up short, couldn't make the play as there's 2 runners on with 1 out here in the inning. Good scoring opportunity, and Michael Rivera, the second leader in RBIs on this Solano team.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy who you want at the plate.
Yeah.
In conference play, he's at around 400 average. I think he might have dropped down a little bit. He might be at around 390 now. But, I mean, he's just been hot all year.
Reliable.
And this is your third hitter, you know? With a runner on second and first, down 2, this is who you want at the plate.
Yeah, Michael Rivera. Just felt like he's come up big in that last game versus Marin. He had two RBI singles, so it's not like he isn't afraid of the moment.
And that's why it was so important for the bottom of the order to get on base and make plays, because you have the top of the order being so successful.
As that pitch misses away, count is now 3-1.
And really the difference for me in this inning has been Roy Hernandez's control. I mean, he's just really not finding the zone here. And it's a lot of balls that aren't even close to the zone that are easy takes.
Yeah, I think it started with Pasmino. I mean, before that, I know there was runners on base, but those were just well-hit balls, and Pasmino kind of got in his head a little bit, and it's kind of spiraled into these chain of events.
Yeah, give credit to Pasmino for throwing Hernandez off his game a little bit and helping spark a rally here for Solano. So that pitch misses, and it will be a walk here for Rivera. Bases will be loaded, 1 out, and their best power hitter coming up to the plate, and Cameron Taylor.
That was the most important pitch of the evening today, and we just saw he did not deliver right there.
Well, Cameron Taylor, sophomore, 6'2", 215, it says, from Napa High School.
But Taylor, if you give him the right pitch, he would change this game with one swing. You cannot let it get out of control right now.
First pitch to Taylor. Ooh. Misses, ball 1.
Wow.
Good take.
Good eye.
Just at the letters, just above the zone.
Cameron Taylor over 2 today, 2 strikeouts. 2 of the 3 strikeouts that Hernandez has thrown today. Yeah. So Hernandez does have his number, but it only takes 1 swing to change that.
I was going to say.
And Taylor had decent contact on a foul ball today, so.
Yeah, I was going to say Cameron Taylor, he can make up for those 2 strikeouts right here and potentially tie up this ball game. Just got to keep it station to station. Find your pitch. Keep the lineup moving.
You cannot give him something inside.
1-1 misses away, 2-1, and Solano seems to be in the head of Hernandez right now. So it's been trouble locating of pitches for him right now.
And they've been getting ahead. That's why they have this confidence, is getting ahead and knowing when to swing.
The 2-1, the kick, the pitch. In there, strike 2. 2-2 is the count now to Taylor.
It's a battle now. Taylor did not like that call. I think that was a decent call, though.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was there at 2-1. That's a good pitch to swing at.
Pitch misses away, full count now to Taylor, and way to stay back on that one. You saw he was looking out there.
He felt like he wanted to swing, but he knew. Now you got to get a pitch you want to hit.
Both dugouts are chirping right now. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Taylor, his third strikeout of the game. And you could see Hernandez was quite excited about that one.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. That's exactly, for Roy Hernandez, exactly what you want to throw on a 3-2 full count.
That was nasty.
Unfortunately, Taylor just unable to make any contact with it.
That was nasty.
Nonetheless, though, I mean, that was a good battle from Taylor.
We'll see if Rolando Ramos can pick up his teammate and come through right here. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
Yeah, Taylor would not feel good about himself with 3 strikeouts on the day. It doesn't matter if you put up a good fight. That's not the mindset. You want to get it hit right there. You know how important that at-bat was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about is the confidence factor.
Swing and a miss from Ramos, 1-1.
The next at-bat Taylor has will be so important for him because he needs to keep his head up and keep his swagger on.
The kick and the pitch on the 1-1 misses away. Count will be 2-1. Bases loaded. The runners.
And, now 2 outs, you really just got to get a hit. With just 1 out, you were able to get away with a fly out to right.
This is the most important at-bat of the game.
This pitch is fouled away. I was going to say the runners are Mateo Kopp, Bryce Alcantara, and Michael Rivera from third to first.
And this is just something where you practice all the time and you have this sequence in your head all the time. And you just have to treat this like it's just an everyday at-bat.
The pitch. Grounded up the middle, and it will get gloved by the second baseman, but it will not be caught by the shortstop, Tatsumo. 1 run will score. It is a 1-run ball game. Bases will be loaded. Just a key error right there if you're the Storm.
Wow, it's just 2 feet away from you. All you have to do is just make the play, and you just can't do it.
I mean, good job by Kodoma to get a glove on it and make the flip to short.
Wow.
But Tatsuno couldn't keep his glove on the ball.
He's been solid all day.
He has been. He really has been. Made a couple great plays. I think it was in the second inning.
Yeah, he had a
and that's just fundamental baseball right there.
Tough right there. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's either an amazing play or a terrible play. We just saw the short end of the stick right there.
Well, now it's a 1-run ball game here at Yarborough Stadium, and Mason Sayre up to bat with a 1-1 count now. And this is the turning point in the game if you're Solano. If you cash in right here, you got a chance to take the lead.
100%. I mean, I feel like all season we've been talking about how the Falcons can always get that 1 inning where they just get a bunch of hits, a bunch of runs. This is that inning right here.
Yeah.
3 runs so far here in the 5th inning at Yarborough. It's not enough. I mean, you got to get 1 more maybe. Yeah, I mean, bases loaded, 2 outs. This is your time not only to tie it, but even take the lead.
And this is Sayre's moment. Sayre's delivered so many times this season.
As that pitch hits Sayre in the back, and he yells at the dugout. It is now a tie game 5-5 here in the 5th inning.
Yeah,
and what a rally from Solano.
That's my quarterback that I remember. He get excited about everything. That's what I like to see.
A bit of a unorthodoxical rally, really. I mean, you get the air and then a hit by pitch. I mean, the Falcons really haven't done
runs by
I was going to say, Solano hasn't really hit the ball too hard here in this inning. Just a lot of little baseball plays that need to be made by the Napa Valley Storm that just haven't.
And for some reason, the crowd likes to show out at every last game. We need this crowd every game. I said it in the basketball broadcast, but this team is clearly rallying behind this crowd because they're bringing energy. Solano fans, show up to the games every time.
O'Connor and Hernandez are meeting on the mound.
We do hear the same people at the baseball games that we're hearing right now, and it's great. But I want more support for this Solano team.
I will say, out of every single Falcons Solano sports games,
it's more reliable here.
Yeah, 100%. Most fans come out at Yarborough Stadium compared to the basketball games or the volleyball games. At least. Yes.
And there's more space in the basketball game, so that's why it's more noticeable.
Chalk fouls this one to the right side, will be out of play. Justice Wilson, he had 54 points in that final game, and I think a lot to do with it was that crowd.
And what we see here is there's basically not as much space on the bleachers to even sit down right now for this crowd, and that's how it should be every game.
Tyler Chalk comes up swinging,
and that's also
on
on the players to be more successful, and that's on the team. When you have more success, you bring more fans to the game. That's how it works. That's how it works in all levels of every sport.
As this one is fouled off of Chalk. We'll do it again, 1 and 2.
Just staying alive right now, battling.
And we'll
Keep
see.
that pitch clock high.
Yeah. I believe Tyler Chalk did start off this inning with a double.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have officially batted around. He'll foul it off himself again. We'll do it again, 1 and 2.
He's battling right now. That's exactly what you want right now. Even if it ends in an out, this is an at bat you can be proud of no matter what, unless something egregious happens. But
Tyler Chalk trying to keep it in between the chalk lines right now. Hernandez comes set. The pitch. Grounded to the left side. Third baseman will take it himself, and that will do it. 4 runs score here in the bottom of the 5th, and what a rally from Solano. Top of the 6th inning coming up on the Solano College Sports Network.
Tanner Millsaps, thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Tyler Chalk. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Five game here in the bottom of the 6th inning coming up. We do have a good one, like Mason Flores was saying. Excuse me.
I think we just got to – I just pray that we don't have one of those innings where it's a 10-run just burst of runs. I want a good one to end the season. I want Robert to have the experience of having a close game, you know. And last time we did it, we thought we did. And then
I think the only close game we broadcasted, I was away.
Yeah.
Doing something else.
Ooh. I think it was the game where it was just me, Ryan, and Brooklyn. Yeah, that was the only time we've ever done that. So
Shinra Saka is in the game, the Submariner, number 17.
Yeah, very interesting mechanic.
I like that. It's
Count
different.
It's 1 and 1.
I mean, this is pretty difficult to hit. You know, a lot of these Solano hitters, they probably don't see.
This one's popped into the air on the right side. It'll be the first baseman, Gray, making the catch. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, I mean, they probably don't see these Submariners that often. So, you know, whenever you're matched up against them, it definitely does throw you off your game a little bit. Be very curious to see how these Falcons hitters can react.
Yeah, it'll be Pasmino getting a few words from Kane Hill on how the pitches are moving, but see what this freshman can do next year. I'm really excited to see him in the outfield more next year. Didn't get much run of it, but when he's been out there in the outfield, pretty good at tracking down those fly balls.
I like the communication from Hill. Just shows that you care that how well your teammates do, and that's what you're supposed to do. Give them the scouting report. Be a good teammate. That's what you like to say.
Yeah, passing down information. We'll see if it works out for Pasmino as he is ahead in the count 2-0 now.
You were sitting right next to me.
We're just messing with you, Drew. It's okay. Okay.
No, I wasn't messing with it. I wasn't even doing it. I was confused. Drew is out. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew had the most pressure on him to speak right there, and he didn't. He failed everybody. So.
Sorry. I guess I'm.
It's okay. It happens.
I'm too focused on the game, I guess.
No, there was no pressure at all. That's why it was funny, ladies and gentlemen.
Just hear the.
He had no idea what was going on.
Back to Pasmino. The count is now 3-1. I was just seeing if you guys wanted to talk about anything, but the pitch. Misses both four. He'll work a walk here with
We
one
just
out.
like to see what Pasmino was doing. There was just 2 balls in a row, and then we just enjoyed that.
I don't think I've ever seen Drew more locked into a Solano College baseball game than he was right now.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I
that
mean, I'm
was
just
nice.
very
Impressive.
interested in how these Falcons hitters can go against Saka. I mean, a lot of the order right now is righty, submarine.
Yeah.
Saka's going outside and away. I mean, that is tough to hit against righties.
Yeah, the next lefty coming up is Alcantara,
Just so
and he's the
mischievous
only
with
one
the
in the lineup.
movement.
Very rare you see that, only one lefty in the lineup. And he's on deck.
Yeah, you have him up.
But Mateo Kopp is up right now, and we'll see what he could do versus Saka. As he sends this one into left field. It is high, it is far, and it is gone! Mateo Kopp, 2-run shot over the 370 mark in left field, and you could tell that one was gone off the bat.
And like Ryan said earlier, Cobb has a lot of pop.
Yeah, what a game from Cobb. Now 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I mean, that's what you want. Your designated hitter, your leadoff hitter. What a game.
I mean, what can you
This
say?
is what we
Mateo
wanna
Kopp's
see.
been a bright spot later part of the year. He's getting a few more starts than we've seen.
If you don't like that, you don't like baseball.
And what a
Almost
comeback
said it.
from the Falcons. Now back
Yeah.
with the lead.
Yeah,
First time with the lead all game.
We were wondering how these hitters were going to adapt to Saka, as this one's fouled into the dugout of Solano by Alcantara. But Mateo Kopp said, "Submariner, no worry, I'm going to take you 400 feet to left center field."
Wow. Yeah, that was just. It didn't even sound loud. It was just like.
Well, you could just
pop.
tell by the launch angle and speed
Yeah.
coming off the bat that it was pretty much going to be out here
Yeah.
easily.
And it was against the wind. Slight breeze.
Alcantara will flare this one into left field. It'll be down for a single. The left fielder, Hunter, will pick it up and throw it back in.
So far, just 1 out. These Falcons hitters are doing a great job seeing really the pitches from Saka.
Yeah, it seems like Napa just kind of folded in the last 2 innings. And we've seen this all year from Solano, just loud spurts of offense. And then they kind of just allow the worst collapse ever. But as long as they can clean that up, they can be a really successful baseball team.
Yeah, like you were saying, if they can clean it up, be real successful. And Solano, they're putting in the work here. I think is when figuring out that submarine pitcher, when you finally understand how the pitches are moving, they can hit really hard. Like, I'm sure we'll just go for Major League standards. And Tyler Rogers, we know how he pitches out of the bullpen in the Major Leagues. It's quite funky, but I feel like when teams are used to seeing his pitches, he gets hard quite a bit.
It's out.
As this one is grounded to the right side, bobbled by the second baseman, Kodoma, only plays to short. It will go down as a fielder's choice.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very doable double play there for Napa. Unfortunately, they were still able to get the lead runner, but
it won't go down as an error for Kodoma, but it will be an error in our eyes because they could have been out of the inning, and the power man,
I feel like Taylor
Cameron
right
Taylor
here.
is up.
Taylor right here needs a hit for his confidence because of the last few at-bats.
Pickoff attempt to first. Rivera back in sliding.
Well, looking at Shinra Saka's stats on the year, they haven't been too impressive. 11 appearances, 0 for 3 with a 17.25 ERA and 12 innings pitched.
As this one is smacked into left field, will be a base hit. Rivera will stay put at second base, and Taylor will put on the brakes as well.
That's exactly what I was saying about Taylor. Taylor is a power hitter, and right there it was just all.
A well-needed hit right there for him. Had quite a frustrating day versus the starting pitcher, Hernandez. And Rolando Ramos will come up here with 2 outs. Or, excuse me, the scoreboard just gone blank.
Oh.
I was looking at it.
Well, we got our own on the screen, so.
It is 5-7. Thankfully, we have our own as Rolando Ramos looks at the first pitch for a ball, and we'll make sure everything's fixed here at Yarborough Stadium. The guys to our right will. The little tech team in the shed.
Well, if people want to know the score, everybody tap into the broadcast.
Well, I think everybody's listening to
I
is
know,
already tapped
I know,
in.
but we need to tell them that they need to tap into the
Okay,
broadcast if they
gotcha.
want to know.
All right.
So that means
we
our
got
producers need to go tell them right now that they can tap into the Solano broadcast on Solano Sports Network or YouTube
Well,
to know the score.
scoreboard's
Now
up and running. We just don't have a count over there now.
Now we can't even shamelessly plug anymore.
Might be 1-1, but yeah, Solano College Sports Network, local channel 28 in Fairfield. Greg Poff on YouTube.
Continue to watch it, even if your son's not playing on the games and stuff. Just it's we got good content over here. We got podcasts that we do.
Yeah.
We're going to do some more, and we got good content. We need more people to come and check it out.
Gotta
We
check
got
out
good things to say.
the final statements from Drew Kirby and Holden Beers on the podcast coming up. They have going on.
We're gonna have a sports podcast too eventually.
3-1 is now the count to Ramos after everything's back up and running
We'll
on the
talk about
scoreboard.
that NFL draft. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs.
It's been quite a year here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Yes, it has. It's been an amazing year.
I'd say it's probably been the most fun year of my life.
One of them, yeah. That's a loud statement. I like that.
As this one's popped up to the right side, the first baseman, Gray, will make the play, and that will end the inning. But a loud home run off the bat of Mateo Kopp gives the Solano Falcons a 2-run lead heading into the top of the 7th inning.
I'm Cooper Dwyer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. We're here in the top of the 7th inning. Mateo Kopp had a pretty exciting at-bat, 2-run homer. We don't really see much of those here at Yarborough Stadium with our really tall fences we have.
It's always electric to see, though.
I mean,
even if it's the other team.
The only other homer we've seen like that really was Cameron Taylor in that one broadcast where got a little scuffled on the live, but it is up good on the local channel in Fairfield. Wyatt Smith will come up to start off this inning versus Rios in his 2nd inning of work. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Yeah, and this is a guy at the plate. You got to be careful on what you pitch to him. The last game he went 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a home run.
Yeah. This is their guy. Like I was saying earlier, this is the guy they want to develop.
Yeah, 23 RBIs, which is the most on the team.
This Napa team seems kind of like Solano in some ways, where their pitching kind of fold. Like it seems I want to know if there's a stat out there that can tell us how many games they start out with either a lead and they come back or they allow a comeback. Like I want to see how many games you lose because of that and how many games you win. Because Solano, they start off like they have games like this where they're up 7-5 for like another 3 innings, and then a random inning in the 8th, they just allow 6 runs or whatever. I want to know how many games they've lost because of that. Because it seems like they play some good ball for 70% of the game, and then it just kind of falls off. I feel like Napa is kind of the similar way because they had so many opportunities and they just couldn't capitalize, and they were still up 4-0. So it's just an interesting aspect of baseball.
Yeah, Wyatt Smith working a good count right now, 2-2, putting up a good fight versus Rios. As this one is popped up in the infield, Sayre will take charge. Never mind, it will be Rivera cutting in front of him. Looked like it was going to be Sayre's ball all the way, but Michael Rivera's like, I need some camera time.
Yeah, it seems like Sayre wanted that one.
They're talking about it right now. You know, Sayre's like, hey, that's my ball.
Yeah,
Well, I wanted to ask you guys, as of course my time is coming to an end here on the Solano broadcast team. You guys still have a whole nother year.
Yeah, we do.
So I'm curious to ask you guys, like, what are you guys most excited for next year?
Football.
Is football for you?
Football.
I would say it's mainly taking over play-by-play duties from you. Yeah, I looked up to you at the start of this broadcasting career that here at Solano, and just seeing how the way you went about business and made me realize that I think I'm ready for it now, ever since learning under your wing.
I think baseball is your best sport when it comes to the broadcasting. You're definitely the most natural. This just came natural. The first game you did, you were just a natural. And I think that's really what you should look forward to, is doing these games. And even football, I think you'll do good in football. I'm looking forward to football in general because of the environment and what we got to see last year. And I'll get more duties with doing whatever. I'll do tri-casting work, probably not as much as I do in baseball, but I'll do play-by-play duties, color commentary mostly. But I'm just excited. And basketball is always fun. That's really what I want to do when it comes to play-by-play, is because there's just so many iconic moments from basketball play-by-play in every level.
Yeah, I mean, I think for all the sports teams that we cover, I think it's about to be a new era. I mean, no Justice Wilson for next year. A lot of the players that were starting on the Falcons team.
I'm excited for Nico Ignacio on that
Ignacio will be one of the players returning, though. Yeah, we'll see how he goes in his sophomore year. But even for Rodriguez football,
to interview Solano men's basketball new head coach.
Yeah, that's coming up too. Yeah,
I'm excited to do that because I do have some spicy questions for him. I do have some spicy questions because me myself, I want to be a coach one day or do what I'm doing right now, and I think construction of the team is really what I'm going to ask and looking forward to, because I think the construction of the team for Solano, they were just too small. So I'm just excited. This is way off the topic. This is baseball, but it's just there's so many things to look forward to because of we'll go back to complimenting Poff, but Poff has just allowed so many doors to open for us that we never thought we could. I never would have thought that I would have seen a potential mayor of Vallejo last semester. Like that was crazy. Like, and I didn't even know that it was him as we give up a walk. But I was leaving the class early, and shout out to Dukes for doing that. But I was leaving the class early, and I saw the mayor coming, and I was like, "Yo, you look fresh." And I dapped him up, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Hey, I'm the mayor." And I was like, "What?
You kind of got that starstruck moment.
I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Man, I appreciate that," because he was like saying, "What's up?" And yeah, it's just super cool because I would have never thought I would get to interview the players or the head coach and stuff like that, and it's just amazing how many opportunities we get.
Yeah, stay tuned for that on the Solano College Sports Network.
Please tune in because I promise you're going to be interesting.
On YouTube, but to catch everyone up, Ray popped out over on the right side of the infield, and O'Connor worked himself a walk, and now up is Jaden Hunter.
Really important at bat right here.
This is a big time at bat. This Rios has 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, and
you need to put up a run.
This could really dictate how well your team plays the rest of the game. This one's grounded to the left side. We'll be through the 5-6 hole for a single.
Clutch hitting right there.
O'Connor will move up to second.
Much needed.
And like the famous words of Nathaniel Thomas in the last broadcast, you're only 1 pitch of getting out of it.
Yeah, that's first hit that Rios has given up. It's a really good hit, grounder right into the gap. Keep this inning alive for Napa.
I mean, what can you say? Hunter just hit it in the right place. As Kodama is up now. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Good block by Dane. Oh, they said he went. Excuse me. Count will be 0-1.
This is off topic, but NFL draft in an hour. I want to remind our audience.
One of the best sports days of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's better than Super Bowl.
Better than Super Bowl. That's a Bears fan. There's a reason.
But my reasoning for it is that every NFL team has something to look forward to. It's not like because when I'm watching the Super Bowl, it's like I'm watching the Tom Brady Invitational every time, or Mahomes. Like
That was a crazy comment, Drew. That was a crazy
that's unfortunate that I just got
winners of the offseason 5 seasons in a row.
bro.
2 runners on, 2 out here. Pitches in the dirt. Count will be 1-2.
One thing about the broadcasting class that is a negative is if you're a fan of a different sports team than everybody else, you're gonna get crucified. Just because I'm a Bears fan doesn't mean I'm less of a person. And I feel like everybody else has thought of me like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mason Flores, known Bears fan, grounded to short. Sayre will make a running throw over to first. Great pick by Alcantara, and they say he came off the bag. Everyone will be safe.
Wow, that is a crucial call there. Keeps the inning alive for Napa.
I think he did go off the bag, though. I think our camera got that.
It's looking like it. We'll have to see.
I mean, Sayre did all he could. Slow chopping ground ball to him, throwing on the run. Pretty good throw to get it there over to Alcantara, and good pick by him in the dirt. Just came off the bag too far.
This is the most important at bat.
Bases loaded, 2 out. Ethan Boatman pitches in the dirt, gets by Hill, but not far enough for anyone to move up. We saw Boatman earlier. He had an amazing diving grab out there to rob Mason Sayre of a hit.
Now he needs to.
We'll see if Mason Sayre can return the favor here and potentially rob him of a hit if a ball's hit his way.
He's got to drive the ball right here and make a play.
Rios comes set. The 1-0 pitch is on the way. Just low. Count will be 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 count now. Bases loaded. This has got to be.
You got to come in the zone if you're Daniel Rios right now.
This is important. This is what we like to see.
Ethan Boatman staying very patient here, not coming out of his swing path. Waiting his pitch. The 2-0 from Rios. High, ball 3. No other way of looking at it. You got to come in the zone right here.
You cannot walk him here. Throw a strike.
I don't think Boatman will swing at a pitch until it's 3-2.
He won't swing. Well, 3-2. I think he might swing out 3-1.
I don't even think he'll swing at 3-1.
With the command of Rios right now, I got to imagine you're right, Drew. Ball 4. Wow. A run will come in. Ethan Boatman is credited with an RBI on that play if you're scoring it at home. The score is now 6-7 in favor of Solano. Pretty good one here on the Solano College Sports Network. Remember, this is our final broadcast of the year.
Yes, it is.
Tune in next fall. We will be there, me and Mason Flores.
I will be tuning in. I will be very excited to hear you guys take the helm.
We might actually be live with some of the new stuff. I'm going to try and work that stuff out. Hopefully we are live.
Let me know. Send me that link. I will be tuning in.
I hope we're live because those are so electric.
Yeah.
When you get to hear that crowd, it's something special. It's something special. And we got to see the Cinderella season of Rodriguez. We saw every storyline play out. They had the best receiver in basically, I think, almost the whole state. And we saw them beat Vaca High for the first time in, what was it, 14 years? Ever?
Oh, no, you're right.
I think it was 14 years.
15, 14, yeah.
And we saw so many storylines play out. We saw Burke go down, unfortunately, and they still won a playoff game. Unbelievable. And we'll see even more because of the people who have to step in. We'll see a new starting quarterback. Who is that going to be? Will it be Trey?
I got to imagine. No, I think you let Trey Sias
do whatever he wants to do. Because that guy is like Travis Hunter out there. He does everything. And I'm just so excited for that football season.
We'll be very curious to see how Rodriguez.
Vaca High, let's see if they can bounce back and take it.
They're always going to be good.
Yeah.
Mountain visit is over. Bases are still loaded for Daniel Rios. First pitch misses, ball 1 to the leadoff man, Shosei Tatsuno.
This is a situation as a pitcher that you just stay confident. You know that you can come out of here with the lead still. And that is the most important thing as a pitcher right now, is to understand that you just have to keep the lead and do not let them take the lead.
The 1-0. Just misses off the plate, 2-0. Daniel
That's
Rios has got to find the zone. His 6 straight balls.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. 6 balls in a row for Rios.
Got to find the zone.
And
attack him.
This is, with Tatsuno at the plate, this is not a guy you want.
Yeah.
With a situation like this with the bases loaded. 324 average.
Wow.
There you go. There's a strike. 2-1 is now the count.
Gotta do it 2 more times.
Shout out my girlfriend for listening live, by the way. She's texting me.
Shout out. Thank you for supporting us. Supporting your boyfriend specifically. We know why you're here.
She said,
good one.
She said her baby cousin was enjoying listening to me. Swing and a miss. Count is now 2-2. Shout out, Liam.
Shout out. We need as many supporters as we can get. If your grandma want to tune in, then by all means. My grandma is not tuning in.
Daniel Rios. Daniel Rios has now found the zone with 2 straight strikes. 1 good pitch from getting out of it. As this one's grounded to the right side, Alcantara.
That's trouble.
Throw to first. Rios in time. It will end the inning. Way to cover the bag by Daniel Rios. And that will do it. 1 run was given up by Solano, but that's it.
Community College Aeronautics program, we teach the students aviation maintenance. We teach them the general subjects, the airframe subjects, and the power plant subjects. The students will also be prepared to pass their multiple tests from the FAA. At Solano Community College, we also have a partnership with Delta Airlines. Through Delta Tech Ops, students that complete the program, they will be considered for employment as an aviation maintenance technician.
Hi, my name is Javi Manila. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my 3rd year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1.
Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
And welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. We are saddened to hear Drew Kirby is leaving the broadcast booth
for the last time.
He has to go to work. It's been real, he said.
We will quote that.
We all love Drew Kirby. 2025, it's been real.
It's been a great year, great academic year.
As Mason Sayer steps up to the plate, the starting shortstop here today.
Yeah. Did you want to get in? I'm going to have to leave soon for work too. So. Were you on that? No, we're done.
Mason Sayer, 6 foot 175 from Wolfsey Wood. Has worked himself a 3-0 count now.
I think both pitchers are kind of struggling a little bit to find the zone, but Rios got out of that one, so.
Yes, we have a new pitcher in for the Storm. It is Joel Gapusan. Gabutson. We'll see if he can do whatever this Storm team needs to keep him in the ballgame.
Yeah, I think all you got to do is just not allow a flurry of runs. Even if you allow one, it'd be fine. But just keep your team in it, keep your team competitive. There's not high stakes, so it's just go out and try and win the game. That's really what the mindset should be. Go make improvements, go take strides. That's what this game is about, because none of these teams are playing for anything except for pride and skill and improvement.
And there's Mason Sayer, 24th walk of the year. I mean, what can you say? Just
guy.
Elite eye at the plate.
I think he's just intimidated pitchers all year because of his timely hitting and being up in counts is just, I expect him to take a leap.
As Tyler Chalk had a ringing double off the wall, 2 at-bats to go for him. And the pickoff attempt to Sayer at first base was not in time. The pitch is in there.
Way to lay off right there.
For a ball. Tyler Chalk had the third baseman, Cleva, crashing in on him.
I want to see him try and steal the base. I don't think he will, but.
Mason Sayer?
Yeah.
You want him to steal?
I want to see him run.
We'll see
He
Tyler
used to run
Chalk
a lot
showing bunt.
as a quarterback.
Lays it foul towards the Napa dugout. We haven't seen Tyler Chalk bunt much this year,
No,
but
I think you just let him.
I think you let him swing away.
Swing. Let him swing the bat. I don't know. This isn't really a situation where you bunt. It's just runner on first.
Yeah, like you were saying,
still bunting.
Pickoff attempt to first. Mason Sayer's back in sliding. Gray not really putting a tag on.
Yeah, I don't know. I would.
The wind seems to be whipping out towards right field heavily now.
The point of bunting right here is just to advance Sayer, but I just try and let Sayer steal, but you just want to let him bunt.
Pitch is inside. Count is now 2-1. Yeah, and with the command that Joel is showing us right now, I don't know if you can really lay down a bunt and sacrifice yourself for Sayer to get into scoring position.
Yeah, it's 0 outs. I mean, I see why,
you can see him there on first base taking his lead.
Chalk's been so valuable at the plate. It kind of takes away from his value, but, you know, let's see if he can get a successful bunt.
Chalk
That's
fouls this one back. You could hear the little ping of the bat.
Just let him swing. I think we've seen this a couple of times where certain batters, like, are being told to bunt when we disagree. But
well, that's how Solano plays.
Yeah. We're just not the coach, you know?
Exactly. We got Dennis Riley here to our left. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
he didn't want to get in the booth.
He doesn't want to get in the booth. He's got bigger things to do because he's the head cameraman, you know?
As
That's
this
a
one
big
is
responsibility.
lined into center field, it will be caught out there by Smith. Sayer will retreat back to first.
And Dennis is the reason you see these camera angles that you see. And this isn't that's you're seeing right now, but
well, him and Heath usually are
those
pretty good on that main camera.
Those are the two guys that are the reason why you can see this game as well as you can. So shout out to them.
Shout out Nathaniel Thomas, by the way, on the TriCaster
on the
today.
TriCaster for the first time, I believe.
He's doing a pretty good job.
Doing a really good job.
As Kane Hill is up, 6
Shout out
foot
to our
230 freshman.
side camera people, Matina and Mitchell and Danny and everybody else.
As Mason Sayer is stealing on the pitch, throw is high, he's in there easily.
This is exactly why I said you try and make him steal. Don't waste a valuable hitter like Chalk.
Well, Chalk lined the ball in the center field, but like you were saying, just let Mason Sayer go. He's got the speed clearly enough to steal a bag with ease.
I said it. We're getting the opposite of the announcer jinx now. It was earlier, we were getting the announcer jinx, but now I'm feeling a little optimistic.
As Gabusan stepped off, wants to go over the signs one more time. Kane Hill awaits. Pitches in the dirt, gets by the catcher, O'Connor. Sayer will run down the third. Now a sac fly should score him with these.
Yeah, you just cannot strike out.
As you can hear the fans saying fly ball will score a run like I was just saying. But Kane Hill, he's been productive in the latter half of the season. Him and J.J. Dane usually rotating out on catching days.
I like how loud the fans get here, even if it's 3. Those 3 will be loud.
The 1-1. Up high, 2-1 with 1 gone here in the inning. And this is a huge insurance run if Solano can add it here versus the Storm team. They aren't going to go down without a fight. Like you were saying, most of their wins coming in conference play, which is a good time when you want to start winning, of course, as there's a 3-way tie for, I believe it is fourth right now,
place,
and then a 3-way tie for first as Kane Hill lines this one into right field, and it's by the right fielder, Boatman. 1 run will score. Kane Hill on his way to second. He's in there with an RBI double.
There we go. Stand-up double. That's what we like to see.
We saw Boatman have an amazing diving play out there in right fielder to rob Sayer of a hit. Can't do the same here with Kane Hill.
Just the boat was a little rocky there.
As
everybody's leaving early today, Robert.
I think me and you are just gonna be packing the truck
crazy.
later.
I feel like it's just gonna be me, you, Puff, and Nathan. Shout out Nathan Rio.
Isaiah Pazmino will come up to bat here as Kane Hill. His day will be done. He's getting pinch ran for as Jace Parkinson will come in and run.
Shout out to us for knowing the names on the spot too.
Yeah, that's what happens when you cover a season
of baseball.
For a sports team, you tend to know the names throughout the year. Rodriguez High School, we didn't know at the beginning, but we knew it by the end of the year.
We knew
Dylan
by
Burke
the
was.
first game after Dylan Burke and Jermaine, Missouri went crazy.
Sad to hear Dylan Burke tore his ACL at the end of that year.
Rough.
Could have been spectacular in the playoffs.
He was definitely getting looked at by colleges too. It's just an unfortunate situation, but I expect him to bounce back. Hopefully he continues to play his dream out in football, and always wish the best for him. And Jermaine, Missouri is just
number 9 hitter. Pazmino has an early strike on him, but count is now 1-1.
This is another important at bat. You can add insurance, even more insurance. I think the
it is a 2-run lead right now.
Yeah,
the
scoreboard
is 8-6
here
at Yarborough Stadium.
Yarborough Stadium, yeah. It's still 7-6 for them, but it's 8-6 on ours.
Pazmino awaits the pitch from Joel. Pickoff attempt first. Jace Parkinson back in time, easy.
Just like the positivity from the crowd.
Yeah, the positivity from the crowd there. They're usually cheering for this Solano team no matter the score, no matter the situation. We'll see what the Tasmanian Devil, as Poff likes to call him, can
I like that
do
one.
here.
You should have just took credit for that.
Can't take credit for something that wasn't mine.
Yeah. You're better than me. I would have took credit. Because I didn't even hear Pop say that.
It was when these players, I believe it was Tanner Millsaps, Devin Hancock, Pazmino, and there was one more. I'm forgetting his name right now, but they came in and they did interviews with us. I interviewed quite a few of them.
I interviewed Javi Manila.
Oh, yeah, Javi Manila. There we go. He came in. Those 4 came in, and they also did a podcast. It was quite entertaining to watch them do their thing, but now on the baseball
That's crazy.
field.
It seems like it was just like 2 weeks ago. But that was months, I think. Yeah, that was in the first semester still? That might have been still in the first semester when they were just practicing.
I believe so.
It was like October.
The 3-1 in there for a strike. Count is now full, 3-2.
Now their season's coming to an end. There's highs and lows to look at, you know. But now you can increase the highs right now if you get a hit right here.
As there is Grant Genter warming in the pen down there.
Full count.
Full count, 3-2. Fouled away, we'll do it again.
Staying alive. That's all you can do right there. That was too close to not swing at.
Yeah, we'll see if Gapuson can get the strikeout he needs or if Pazmino can come in clutch for his squad and make it a 3-run game.
You could still advance Parkinson. Even if you get out. You just cannot strike out.
Gapuson comes set. The kick and the pitch will be low, ball 4. Pazmino works himself a walk.
Pazmino's been working today.
And we'll have a mound visit here between everyone. The catcher, O'Connor. We'll wait. There's no way my girlfriend just texted me that we were talking about sports and it was boring to her.
Oh, man.
She said talk about princesses next time. So, you know what, Allie, for you, what's the best princess out there? Me
personally, I'm like a Princess Tiana guy. I think just the swagger of the movie was just so good. And then I think number 2, would you count Mulan?
Who?
Mulan. What does Mulan count? Does she count as a princess? I don't know.
She's kind of more of like that.
She's just a warrior, you know?
Bad A character, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a warrior. What else?
Cinderella.
Cool.
Cinderella's
Cinderella.
pretty much a go-to.
Yeah, that's a go. That's definitely
Rapunzel. Let Down Your Hair. That's a fire movie. Tangled.
Yeah, that is a good movie. Tangled is an underrated movie.
My mom loves that movie. But there you go, Ali. We named some princesses for you.
Yes, we did. And shout out to all the princesses out there.
Let me just say I love you, Ali, and you're welcome.
Shout out to Robert too for keeping his composure after she just said a blasphemy take about my beloved sports. But you know, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. She tells me all the time sports are boring, but you know what? I thank her for letting me watch those sports on TV.
That's a real one right there too.
She'll play Roblox on her phone. You know, any Roblox obby she can.
Roblox is a real game, man. It's been the real deal for like 12 years. That's crazy.
But here's a star-studded man himself, Mateo Kopp. You want to know the numbers on those home run he hit, Mason?
Yes, I do.
It went 101 miles per hour off the bat for a distance of 426 feet at a 29-degree launch angle.
And that is in junior college, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk about a no-doubter.
That is hard.
That's the first pitch in. The Kopp is a strike.
Yeah, Kopp's got some pop, and you know, I think what we saw from there is just knowing where the ball is going to be, just seeing it as soon as it comes out. As we see another one of our crew leave.
Yeah, the new pitcher in.
You know, I wish we had everybody for the crew. I wish we had everybody here so we could.
In the booth.
Yeah, but
or
we can't.
all well to like send it off.
We could have everybody in the booth at the same time.
It'd be hard.
We could have 6 people in the booth at the same time.
But the new pitcher is Nick Paulson.
Only 1 out and 2 on base right now.
Nick Paulson's got to be a fireman right now. He's got 2 runners on, 1 out, 1-2 count here to Mateo Kopp, who hit that long home run we saw, no doubter.
Yeah, that was gone in. It was against the breeze.
Paulson comes set. The kick, the pitch, curveball misses high.
Wow.
Count is 2-2. Could see that one pop right out of his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of talent.
Pitch misses low. He works the count full, 3-2. Let's see if Solano can load the bases for Bryce Alcantara, or if Mateo Kopp wants to launch another one out of the yard.
That would be sensational. Kopp just needs to do his job and get on base. Or advance
3-2 from Paulson. He comes set. The kick, the pitch. Ooh. Swing and a miss from Mateo Kopp. He goes down swinging. 2 gone here.
Just late.
In the bottom of the 7th.
Just late. 2 outs right now. You don't want to keep Parkinson in the same spot.
As it is Bryce Alcantara who will come up to the plate. As you can see, with the little bat waggle. Freshman from Vanden. And we'll see if he could do anything versus the righty Paulson. First pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. Looked pretty good. Looked enticing to swing at.
And then Napa needs to keep the score at standby right now.
Yeah, Napa doing its best to keep it a close game. It's a 2-run game, 8-6 here in the bottom of the 7th as Bryce Alcantara lines this ball into left center field. It'll get down. Parkinson around third. He'll score. Here comes Pazmino flying around third. 2 runs will score, and it will be in. It'll go down as a double for Bryce Alcantara as he was trying to advance to third, but 2 runs do score on the play. That will end the inning, trying to get greedy there for the triple. Top of the 8th coming up on the Solano College Sports Network.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's JJ Dane. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Lewis. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover. We have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1.
Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's JJ Dane. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network. We're joined by Nathaniel Thomas now in the place of Drew Kirby, and thank you for joining us here in the final broadcast of the semester.
Man, I just gotta say it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it is. It's
Nathaniel
wonderful.
Thomas, usually well prepared, like always, just chilling back right now. But as the bunt attempt is missed by Cleveland, but I wanted to talk to you real quick about your experience in this broadcasting class and how it's been for you, and if you're coming back next semester. That's what I want to know, really.
So unfortunately, I will not be returning next semester.
No!
There are a few projects that have picked up some steam, and I feel like I've taken everything that I can from this class, and to run it again, run it back, I feel like I'd be taking hours away from aspiring professionals like yourself. You clearly have the chops for this, and I wouldn't want to impede your growth. So I'm very excited to see what you can do with this. Robert, next year you're the vet. You're the guy who the new kids are going to look up to, and they're going to be asking you for advice. So I'm excited to see you in that leadership role.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Usually I like taking people under my wing, but like having Drew and Holden have me under their wings, it's been amazing, and just the learning and growth like I was talking about earlier, it's just been amazing, and I can't wait for the experience and opportunity. But the experience and opportunity here in this communications class for Greg Poff. It's Comm Studies 80A if you want to enroll next semester in the fall. We are looking for more people to join this team, like always, no matter what the semester is, spring, fall. But the fall semester coming up in 2025, we'll like to see your faces if you want to enroll. As Cleva pops this one up, J.J. Dane is into the ball game now. He'll make his way over by the dugout and make the grab. Fell down to take a seat on the grass, but stayed with it, made the play. One gone here in the top of the 8th.
And that is one of the toughest plays you can make as a catcher. He kept his mask on. He didn't have the time to throw it away like you're taught. He just had to react to it, find it, and get off his feet.
Yeah, that was like a receiver trying to catch an overhead pass from a quarterback, but even harder because of how small the ball is, and it's with a glove, and it's with the catcher's helmet on. Unbelievable play.
It looks like Solano has Kambulu warming up in the bullpen down there. As Grant Genter is into this ball game, as this one is popped up to the right side, Dane's not going to make a fantastic play as this one's out of play.
I hope everyone knows at home how impressive that was. We normally have a telescope, but Robert was able to recognize Kambulu from literally 330 feet away.
Unbelievable. I think the thing about, we're going to go back on Nathan. There's preparation isn't just about looking up stats and stuff like that. It's the mental preparation that you have to do. And Nathan, I think you have perfected the mental preparation it is for broadcasting and stuff like that because of how much energy you have to bring and how serious you have to take it. I think that is the most important skill you have to learn and what I'm still trying to learn as a broadcaster. So really, that's what I've learned from you.
Man, Mace, you know, those are some of the warmest compliments I've received all year.
This one's grounded to the mound. Genter will come off and come up throwing to first, and it is off the glove of Dwyer as he's into the game for Alcantara. And Gray will move down to second base.
No, and Gray got a great read on that. The moment he saw the ball trickle away, he broke towards second. And that was just great trust in his speed. He really capitalized on that mistake.
Yeah, I think we're all updated on the defensive changes for this inning.
No, but going back, Mace, I appreciate that. You know, Mace, you're one of the guys who I feel like there's so much raw talent. And once you could tell you're still finding your voice, but I know that once that comes natural, you're prime time, baby. You're bound for the big sets.
Yeah, I think made that primetime name. I didn't mean to make that a nickname. I just said that I was
It
primetime.
works, man. It works
just
for you.
Cause, but you know, I just like
Well,
that.
you've had a plethora of nicknames here for Nathaniel Thomas. He also called you Show and Go
Show and
Mason
Go. Show and Go.
earlier in the year.
That's just the kind of guy Mace is. You know, like you got one guy on the team. It feels like he gets a new nickname every at bat. And Mace is the kind of guy, man. He just shows up. He's iconic, man. You could attach a new adjective to him any hour, and it'll work.
Yeah, you can attach a lot of things. I just like to have fun all the time.
As this one's hit in the left field, high fly ball. Rolando Ramos has a beat on it. He'll be 2 down here. As you two are laughing it away on my left.
No, we just have a good time, man. Mace is a good time. He's the definition of a jovial
If you
time.
need the fun and energy at a party, I recommend you have this man show up to my left.
I appreciate that. I think that's what my main goal in life is to be that guy. Really, to lift that energy up. Even if it's negative energy, we'll lift that up too. You know, as some people will probably say that about me after this broadcast, that I was too negative.
Genter's pitch misses up and in.
Hey, you say what you see. If people disagree, well, they got a different set of eyes. That's why.
fine.
As it
You
is
know,
number
everybody
16,
has their bias.
Excuse me, it's number 16. He's not listed on the roster.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
never mind. There he is.
there
He's
he
a
is,
catcher. Owen Nelson.
That's a
My
nice
apologies.
Name. Nice baseball name right there, Owen Nelson.
As this one is hit high and far into left field. Ramos can't get a glove on it, and it'll bounce off the wall. 1 run will score. It'll be an RBI double for the man who I got his name wrong.
Owen Nelson, as I say, that's a great baseball name. That is a crucial hit right there because it is a 2-out double, RBI double. That was much needed because now it cuts the lead to just 3, and it gives you momentum. And now you're in scoring position, so perhaps you can cut it down to just 2 now.
Yeah, as Nelson came into pinch hit for Ray.
That's one of those at bats where it feels like you got the pinch hitter boost. You know, he comes in off the bench and just drills one.
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought that was gone for a second. I think the wind kind of took it a little bit.
Yeah, that wind is blowing in a little bit, but it had the right launch angle.
Yeah,
it
it
had the
did.
right sound, and the TrackMan didn't even read it. That's how fast it came off the bat. So
Yeah, I
no
think
reading.
less wind and that might be gone. Nonetheless, it still puts him in scoring position.
Back-to-back blocks in the dirt by Dane as he's into his final game here at Solano, and you gotta imagine this is an emotional game for him. But you know, JJ Dane, fun loose guy, he's gonna keep it in check.
Yeah, you know, Randy Johnson said, "You never know your best games until they're behind you."
That's a great quote from
As that
the
pitch
legend.
is in there for a strike count. It's now 2-1. Randy Johnson famously got in that brawl that one year between the Diamondbacks and Giants, was it, right?
Yeah, and then
he accidentally put on his future team's hat.
He put on the wrong hat. He wanted to all along, man. He wanted to be a Giant all along.
That's
He's from
crazy.
Livermore, that's why.
That's
But
That one is fouled away.
But no, I bring that up because it's the last game here at Yarborough Stadium, and you got to get through it pitch by pitch, out by out, but then all of a sudden, once this game's over and you pack home, then you can start to reflect on your time here.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, not just as a player, but this booth too.
Yeah.
As that pitch is in there, strike three. Good job from Genter. Only allows one run to score here in the inning. The score is 10-7, bottom of the 8th, coming up here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Clutch right there.
Welcome back here to the Solano College Sports Network. Napa put up one in that top of the inning, but Solano, they have a chance to bat here and answer back if they want to. 10-7 lead for them, 3-run ball game. It will be a close situation in the top of the 9th.
Some levity. J.J. Dane, after the strikeout, he tossed the ball back on the mound, and it landed perfectly on the mound. He even showed it to the home plate umpire, who nodded in approval.
Gotta take appreciation when you can, right? How good you are at doing these little things in baseball. So 1-1 count here to Michael Rivera leading off the inning. Cameron Taylor is on deck, and then they'll be followed by Ramos.
Solano has so much potential on offense, and they've shown it so many times. It's just that defense, once they get that clicking next year, it's really going to be special. And I think they have something really good brewing right now.
Yeah, this game can be momentum as Rivera grounds that one to the left side foul.
Yeah, and that's one of the confusing things about this season. It just feels like they weren't playing up to their maximum potential. But when you look at this team, there's just a plethora of talent.
Yes.
And, if it can all sync together and fire in all cylinders, like we've been saying, they have a lot of upside.
This one is skied into center fielder. The center fielder, Smith, will come in and make the play. One down.
Hung that curveball in the middle. That was something you really want to hit right there.
I mean, he got a bat on it, but it was just millimeters off.
Cameron Taylor is up here. And what could be his final at bat if Solano doesn't put up a lot of runs in this inning. First pitch to Taylor is in the dirt, ball 1.
But yeah, Nathan, I mean, like you said, they just showed so much capability at times, and then sometimes they would just kind of turn off because of the confidence level being low and not having as much swagger to them. I feel like some of their energy was kind of depleted as soon as they got down in some games, and they just never kind of took a turn. And then some games, like the last one we did, they were down 4-0, and then, they did lose at the end, but they showed the potential. They were down 4-0 in this game, and they show that they do have the ability to just turn away and just a new inning is a new inning. No matter what happened is what happened. It's just one bat at a time. And I think if you keep that mindset going into the next season, you can really build, and I think that's what they're building right now. And we'll see new, fresh faces next year, and I'm really excited for that.
As Cameron Taylor grounds this one to the left side foul.
Well, I mean, one of the stories has been Michael Rivera. Michael Rivera, he emerged as the starting third baseman, and he's batting in the heart of the lineup as a freshman. So, he's one of the faces that will be returning and leading the charge for this
Michael
Solano
Rivera
Falcon
doesn't
team.
just play third base. He plays all over that left
plays
side of the
everywhere.
infield and some second base sometimes,
Everywhere.
wherever they need him besides first base on that infield.
He's
Yeah,
Mr.
he had
Show
that.
and go.
He had that diving
As
play.
Cameron Taylor sends this one to center field. Smith broke back, but will come in on it, and that will end the inning. Or,
Oh,
excuse me, never mind. Saw everyone jogging towards
Yeah,
the dugout.
I
I
was
was confused. too.
And I was the umpire.
Excuse me, that was the second out of the inning.
Well, he broke back, but thankfully there was no mountain.
Yeah, we got to give.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we were.
First pitch to Ramos, and he'll take a swing at it. Smith will let that one fall right in front of him. It will be a single, and what could be Rolando Ramos's last at bat as a Falcon.
Yeah, Ramos has just seen the ball so well today, and he just cracked basically everything and just seen it.
Yeah, I mean, that was as clean as they go. That was just the perfect batting practice line drive, and can't square it up any better than that.
And Sayer's a freshman too, so we'll see a lot of him next year, and there's just a lot to look forward to.
The man on deck who's leading the Bay Valley Conference is Sarah. Lines this one to left field. He'll drop him for a single. Station to station for Ramos.
Wow.
Yeah, just
They got a
back-to-back
rally
strong
brewing here.
hits.
But now speaking of the man who was on deck, Tyler Chalk. He was leading the Bay Valley Conference in average for quite a while there. Cooled off a little bit towards the end of the season, but he's returning next year too.
Yeah, just another example of strong talent, and as a freshman, the Falcons are grateful to have him back next year.
Indeed, Tyler Chalk up with 2 runners on, 2 out. As he'll send this one to the right side, and it'll be back and out of play.
Nearly hit our camera crew.
Looks like Heath and Mitchell over there on the right side. We got Danny and
little-
Matina on the left side.
A little breezy.
Maybe that wind saved him from getting hit a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Mitchell would have saved him.
As we know, Mitchell, the greatest pitcher analysis we have here.
Yeah, he is.
Tyler Chalk grounds this one to the left side. Third baseman comes up with the scoop and will make the throw on to first. It was Cleva DeGray. That will do it here in the bottom of the 8th inning, top of the 9th, coming up on the Solano College Sports Network.
I'm Ed Zer. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back to Solano College Sports Network. As you can see, during intermission, Nick Kambulu will try to close this one out for the win. Solano in their final home game of the year.
Amazing walk-ups or whatever. What do they call it? Just amazing song for him. Every time he's
intro music for the pitcher?
Yeah, just amazing.
Entrance music. It's no Mr. Sandman, as we know, but still pretty good. As this one's grounded to the right side over to Rivera. He'll come up with the throw on the Dwyer. One down here early on.
One away.
Yeah, this is a great play by the second baseman. Nice routine, very textbook execution. But you're right, the
Solano, they're looking to secure the series win here versus this Napa Valley Storm team. They will play again tomorrow. But final home game here at Solano at Yarborough Stadium. First pitch in there for a strike.
Now, Mace, you're right about the music for the pitcher. It really sets the tone.
Yeah, just calming everybody down, calm your nerves yourself.
Kambulu
kind of pitches like that too.
Shaking off a few signs, but then comes set. The kick and the pitch. Grounded to the right side once again. Rivera's got a tough play. It gets by him into the outfield. Taylor backing it up.
It's a tough play to make.
We'll throw it into Sayer.
Yeah, it was a high hopper, and it's just one of those plays where, you know, the hops are way over your head, so you have to get it on the short hop. But when it comes down at such a steep attack, it's hard to read where to catch the short hop.
Yeah, it just completely like bamboozled him. Still a 3-run game, so you have a little cushion.
As this is number 18, he'll pinch it. It's Dominic Garcia, and he'll take a swing and send that one down the left field line foul.
He saw that one early, and he swung early. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, Dominic Garcia he saw a pitch and attacked it immediately. Quick swing as we got number 35, Hicks, running out to get the ball for Solano.
Yeah, he just threw the bat hit at it and was able to barrel it up.
This is some of their only power that Napa has, so you have to be careful here.
To Garcia. The pitch in there called strike. Count will be 0-2.
It was a good curveball, man.
Yeah.
It started out of the zone, and Garcia kind of gave up on it and just bit back into the zone.
Man, just nasty.
Yeah, Garcia seems to want something straight in the zone, not have much of a wrinkle on it.
You just cannot hit into a double play.
Kambulu, the pitch. In there for a strike. That was a third strike. Umpire even had me confused.
It was a late call, so I don't blame the batsman Garcia for being a little frustrated.
We do have a bee landing on the net right in front of us.
Yeah.
Save the
he
bees.
wants to watch the final out.
I guess so.
Save the bees, save the trees.
Save the bees, save the trees. They are great pollinators.
Yeah, they are. Very crucial to
if you've
plant life.
Seen the Bee movie, you know, Barry, he has a way with women in that movie.
Yes, he does. He is very charismatic.
That's a villain who was right, by the way. The guy who got taken by...
Oh, she was weird. She was weird.
Bro, imagine losing your girlfriend to a bee.
I digress. Let's focus on the game. Count is now 0-1.
One pitch away.
One pitch. Oh, God, Nathaniel Thomas, you did not just say that.
We got to expel you, man.
As that pitch misses up.
You heard
Count is 1-1.
Kambulu was reaching back on that one. He was just trying to hit his velo.
Gotta let that grunt out sometimes.
That nice tennis grunt. It's always good to hear.
You play tennis?
I want to play tennis.
At times.
I wish I could play tennis.
Good hand-eye coordination.
I want to get good at tennis.
But the 1-1.
I've certainly fallen victim to the elbow for sure.
Kambulu will come set. The kick, the pitch. Line down the left field line will get foul.
And now
Count is now 1-2.
One pitch
Napa
away.
Valley Storm is down to their last strike.
Indeed, Nathaniel Thomas. Final strike here for the Napa Valley Storm. In what has been a good game, 10 is the score for Solano, 7 for Napa.
One strike away to end the season off on a positive end.
For the broadcasting ways. They still have one game
yeah,
tomorrow.
For us, yeah. Boo.
Kambulu, the pitch in the dirt. Dane back picking the runner. Dwyer over to second. Rivera, and they'll tag him out, and that will do it here. The game ends in the score 10-7. Funky play to end it. Mason, can we get your final thoughts here?
This was just a game where, so we've seen this Solano team be this way basically the whole year. They got down early, they couldn't get anything going, and then they just had that one inning where they kind of just destroyed them, and they just kind of kept attacking after that. They scored 4, 2, and 3 in 3 consecutive innings, and they just held the damage to a minimum from Napa.
Yeah.
And this is just what Solano is capable of doing, and we saw them at their full potential today. Great game from Solano.
Yeah, Solano, if they can play like this next season, you sure hope it is a bright spot. We do have an interview coming up with Nathaniel Thomas, and Mateo Kopp is our player of the game, 3 for 5 with a 2-run home run and 4 RBI in the year. Stay tuned. We're going to commercial break.